All right. Get to my Twitter thing here. Restart that, and then, oh, let's get my stream apps going. That'd be smart. And we're just gonna leave that up like that. Andrew, hi Andrew. Hi, Note. I don't know what. Oh, you responded. I told you to respond to the whisper on Discord. I really don't know what you mean, Note. You're lurking because following too many things at once. That's fine. I mean, all you have to do is hear. I'm gonna be showing you guys things on camera, so you can also, you know, do that if you want. Okay, I don't care about that. I do care about this. I have to get that closed. I don't care about the new update, although I know it's a big update for Lumia, but I gotta start this. I think StreamerBot is good. Hi, Puddin', go to sleep. Thanks. I will at some point. I will at some point. I slept so much going on. You're trying to take back the 3rd. It was on Friday. See, that's the problem. Like, this whole damn weekend has happened. And I had no idea what the context was. When I mentioned it to DM that I had already won 2 CC containers. So I was saying to take back the 3rd. Okay, so put that code back into the pile, is what you're saying. Hey, Rob. Remember, you can type exclamation point continue to, or restart to get the thing going. Ah, continue. You guys beat it. Okay, I just added that one code back in now, Note. So thanks for that. Okay, I'm gonna go check on my stream PC here, the rerun. Oh, that's what that does. Okay. Greatest game in the Audacious, 7,000 damage. That sounds great. What's going on, Balls Fall Slow? a couple more things to get ready, guys. And then we ball. Okay, go ahead and restart if you guys want. It's up to you. I think I should be ready to go by the time the next round is done. I just have to post on DevStrike as well, in case anybody on DevStrike wants to hang out. Off topic. Okay. Posted on DevStrike. Okay. Well, hold off on doing your guys' thing, because I think we're ready to go now. Let me push the button. Let's see. Oh my god, it's been so a while. Hi. Okay. I am showing up. What's up? What's going on? You guys can hear me okay? Yeah? I sound alright? No, not that button. Yes. Yes. That button. I haven't unpacked from TwitchCon, guys. So we're going to unpack from TwitchCon together. That's one thing I want to do today. Another thing I want to do today is maybe show you guys some pictures, tell you some stories. And then ultimately, third thing, probably just chat about about life, what's been going on and stuff. We got Fireworks Redemption. We can absolutely put the fireworks on. Absolutely put the fireworks on. Thank you, Taro. So it was good seeing you, by the way, when I was hanging out for the Capcom stream. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. When I checked the rerun PC, it looked like words on stream was frozen, so I fixed it. But I could have had my wife fix it, earlier if it was necessary. So just saying, if that does happen, just reach out to me, let me know. My ears are, remember when I did the Capcom thing? I kept complaining about the audio being way too effing loud. Yeah, my goodness. My goodness. An Eternal Enigma must be like deaf, or he had the same problem and just didn't complain about it. But that volume was way too freaking loud. It is what it is. All right, just checking things. I'm going to go and hang out in my voice channel. And like I said, I've got a whole bunch of bags to unbox, or to open up. I'll show you guys the loot that I got from TwitchCon. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit in my ears. I'm gonna show you guys the loot that I got at TwitchCon. I'm not gonna show you the clothes like my underwear and stuff, okay? That's a little, hope you guys understand, that's a little beyond the pale here. Oh, I need to turn off. Otherwise my lights will conflict with each other. Oh, speaking of which, one of them is down. Ugh! Give me a second. First thing we have to do. A little weird, exactly, balls, exactly. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find my captain's hat. That's in one of my bags. I have 4 backpacks I have 4 backpacks and 1 carry-on suitcase that I need to go through. There we go. So, let's find my hat first. Remember, as I'm traveling alone, so one of the challenges that I had was I got so much awesome stuff, right? As a travel hack, I always travel with at least 1 empty backpack in my suitcase. I purposely brought a suitcase that has a backpack day pack attachment on top. You love chair? I do too. Thank you very much, balls. And then I got the regular suit, backpack that I use for, travel, right? On the cabin. And then I got another backpack from Hooded Horse. So, in order to accommodate that, I literally As you can see, tied one backpack to the other. See, there's Hooded Horse. Gabriel, how's it going, man? How are things in Brazil? I love how this bag can be clipped onto another bag. That was a lifesaver. I think my captain's hat is in this one. Ta-da! I'll be probably telling you guys some stories as we go through this. It's like the bill got a little bent up. It's all right. Still good. Still works. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, I brought the captain hat on a whim. I just said, I'm going to pack it. We'll see what happens. It was neato watching me in the booth. Thank you, Jimbo. You talking about a Capcom? I had a lot of fun doing it. And so I just brought it as a last thing. And then, like, yeah. Everybody was like, I recognized you because of your hat. Camera is being weird, going sharp and then fuzzy. It's gonna do that because it's constantly hunting, right? It's constantly hunting for focus. So don't worry. It's just well, sorry, Electric. I don't know what I can tell you. Buy me a better webcam. I have been thinking about getting like a what is that? The Elgato stream cam or something. So I might look into that. I would like to get a better quality camera at some point. The one I've got now is fine, but you know, well, then make the window smaller, I guess, so that it's not so much. I don't know. Anyway, inside the bag, the first thing I can show you is my PNY sweatshirt. Some of you guys know. Some of you guys know the story, but most of you guys probably don't. So I'll tell you the story. PNY, most of you know PNY, had a booth. So on Saturday, yeah, I have a throne, Jimbo. I just don't really talk about it much, and maybe I can put it together. Just remind me later. I've been so freaking busy. But we could figure something out. Yeah, we could figure something out. Thank you though for the suggestion, Jimbo. So I go with the PNY booth. This is the first con where I didn't even really go onto the floor, if you want to call it that, the exhibition hall, until Saturday afternoon. Saturday afternoon, right? And I go to the PNY booth and I just hang out with them for a little bit. You know, I'm looking to get a graphics card at some point. I said it's probably going to be you guys. You know, everybody's posting on Reddit. You guys are a great company. You're American based. And, you know, you got good stuff. So I'm chatting up one of their community guys that's there. And then I told them about my stream setup. I told them about my old PC and the old parts on that PC, right? So then he goes, hey, you needed to go talk to my engineer guy. So I go talk to his engineer guy. And we were talking shop and stuff like that. And he wanted to know what I thought about putting a water block on like a 50 series GPU, which was kind of fun to talk about. Do you guys remember like EVGA did that, right? They had it built in with like an AIO setup. So talking to him for a while, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be good. I said, you know, if you're going to do it though, make it small form factor, make it the same size or even smaller if you can than the Founders Edition. If you could do that, huge win, right? Because you got all those micro system builders would be all over it. So that was fun talking with him. And then while I'm talking with him, do I have the scene up over here? Hold on a second. I do have the scene up. Okay. While I'm talking with him, there's a guy there that you guys might know named Robitech. Give me a second. I need to. This would be smart if I had it ready to go beforehand, but I'm tired. Guys, I slept 21 hours total Thursday through Sunday morning, or through this morning. 21 hours total, according to my smartwatch. That's not a lot of time. So I'm dragging a lot, but that's okay. Why is this not pulling up my pictures? Hello. Come on, there we go. All right. So let me find some of the pictures and I can share that with you. I wonder if I could do this and this, and then I can go down and find. I thought I would do pictures at a different time, but if I'm talking about the artifact, all right, the loot, might as well. Okay. Copy image. Copy image. How did I do this before? Paste? Oh, I know what I did. I downloaded it. Yeah, I downloaded it and then I dragged it. So I'm trying to be careful here that I'm only showing you guys the specific picture I want to show you and like not doxing myself or something else. That's why it's taking me a few moments. So just bear with me a moment here while I get this all sorted out. Let's see. It should be 205. There we go. All right. Where can I put that? That work? That work? What I can do is I can actually make it and do something like that. Do a little trim action. Yeah. There we go. So some of you guys might recognize that dude. That is Robitech. Actually, let me put this over here. Yeah. Yeah, it's better if I do it like that. Okay. So this guy's Robitech, right? And he does PC building and all that. So he's there, and they've got these other PCs. If you look carefully in the background, that thing looks like a big white beigey PC. Did I have it? No, I did not. If you're talking about like pissing or pooping my pants or something, no, I did not. And so, you know, I was talking with that tech guy, right, about all the parts and like going through nostalgia. He's like, you know, I think they might be looking for somebody to be interviewed by Roby if you want. And I'm like, dude, I'd love to do that. You know what I mean? Like that would be a lot of fun. I'd be totally down for that. And so they put me on the list and filled out a couple of Google forms, and before you know it, I'm there doing the recording. So at some point, Robitech is probably going to be releasing a video from TwitchCon. And in theory, yours truly will be there. So take a look at the old PC. They built an old PC. So basically they went and they found, you know, the case and all of the parts. And Roby told me off camera, he said this was actually really expensive right now because finding, you know, these 20-year-old PC parts, really difficult to sort it all out or source them all. But he did it. That's his hand right here. Yeah, so I was talking, he's like, let's go on. So I went and I did this whole like tour with them, and we talked about stuff, and he had Doom 3 playing on this. That's a Pentium 4 processor there. He had Doom 3, I think it was Doom 3 playing on this on a 17-inch CRT monitor at 60 frames. And then next to it, side by side, was a modern PC with a, you know, all the new specs. And so we played it, and that was at like 144 hertz, like max settings, all that stuff. And so he had you play one and then move to the next, and then that sort of thing. And because I love this stuff, I wanted to go see the inside. So I said, let's go take a look inside. And it was a blast. It was an absolute blast to work with him. There's a commercial going on right now, so I'm going to pause it for 1 minute. And while that's going on, I'm going to see if I can find if there's anything else. Yep, I got some more things. Let me pull them out of my bag so that I'm ready to go for you guys. Okay. Don't need that. I don't need that. This I could use. This I could use. This I could use. That. Some more things. Basically, I dumped whatever I needed to in this bag because, yeah. Is that okay? Oh, hold on a second. Sorry, I asked my wife to go get something for me. CRTs were great weapons. You could bludgeon someone with one. Yeah, if you could lift it. Only if you could lift it. Good. Okay. All right. Everybody back from the commercial. Anybody still on commercials? Classic. Hey, thank you. Thank you, honey. Classic just subbed 74 months in a row. Jeez. Hype in chat for Classic, guys. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Classic. Wolfie, hello. Your 74 months of subscription are like finding the rarest loot at TwitchCon. Priceless and treasures beyond measure. Your support is the wind in our sails. Here's to many more adventures together. Wolfie is lurking. Well, thank you, Lurk. Thank you for the lurk. So during the commercial break, I just put some more things together. Let me turn off... I wonder if that'll work here. No, okay. Let me turn off the thing manually. Now, one of the things that I brought in that bag... Actually, I'll show you the bag real quick, and then I'll show you what was inside of it. So this is the bag that I got at the Hooded Horse Mixer. Mixer is another way of calling it like a party, otherwise known as just an event. A lot of times what they do at TwitchCon is you've got these different companies that will buy out, rent out space in a rooftop, a bar, rooftop bar, restaurant, whatever. And they'll invite people and they'll say, hey, come hang out, talk to us, chat. Obviously, what's their goal? Their goal is to build a relationship with you, the streamer, so that you go and you stream their game. You get the viewers, that's all of you guys, to go and buy their game. That sort of thing, right? Yes, you should play 8 Kilometer Stream Mikaze. So this is Hooded Horse. Now, most of you guys have no idea who the hell these guys are. However, if you are all tuning in tonight, many of you probably already know what game these guys produce. Do you want a hint? 12s are common for Shima, but I'll tell you what, ranked with 8 was great. So your hint, guys, is this. What game do I play while I wear this hat? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Manor Lords. So I got into the Hooded Horse program, right? Because I wanted to stream Manor Lords. So I reached out to them and I said, hey, and they got me in. It was amazing. Did you hear about what happened? Yes, I'm going to talk about that, Andrew. I want to go through loot. And then I want to start talking about stories. And so if you want to hold your thoughts about that one, I'd be happy to give you my perspective on it. Might be unhinged, might be good, I don't know, but I'll talk about it anyways. Congrats on getting in. Average Gamer, thank you so much. Holding your beer. All right, guys, hold on. I need to shout out Totally Average Gamer for a second. One of the awesome people that I met at TwitchCon. Are you back home, or are you still over in San Diego? Totally Average. Who cares about Emery? I want to know what happened to Zath. Well, there you go. There's your shout out for Totally Average Gamer. This streamer is all about that Viking life. Braving the wilds with no map and no portals. It's a hardcore survival experience, but don't worry, they're dying a lot. Tune in for some average gameplay that's anything but boring. I didn't know who Imuru was either, Puddin', and then I saw the raw video when I heard about the event, and so frustrating, but it is what it is. Okay, so anyway. So Hooded got me the backpack. And that was fun. That was fun. Do me a favor, guys, by the way, go toss a follow for Totally Average Gamer. Just click the follow button. It actually does matter. It actually does matter to us creators. Even if you don't ever watch, just click the follow button. It does help. It does feel good, okay? You just got home. Thank you for the shout out, but let's definitely see the loot. Awesome. Oh, congratulations on getting home. I got home early this morning after red eye. This is a massive Hooded Horse hoodie. This thing is so warm. Awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Yeah, we can talk about Amaranth later, absolutely. But that was awesome. Thank you, Jimbo. Of course, here's my badge. That's my luggage. Oh, why the hell did they do this? Okay, well, I'm going to scrape the off of my tag here. I'm looking at, yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Totally average. I can't remember if you had been here before or not to TwitchCon, but the badges say they don't show partner anywhere near as big. I'm looking at my first one from 2022, and it was massive, giant, boom, this guy's a Twitch partner. And then last year's was on the bottom, a row across, and it was color coded and stuff. And then this year's is only like a little thing up here. How many badges do you have? This is my third. I'll show you. Uh-oh. Okay. This is my third. So this is my first year at TwitchCon. See, I still have the barcode back there, Average. You haven't? It was your first time ever. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, so this is when we were talking about, people judging people because of, their status. Are they a partner, affiliate, whatever? See, in 2022, it was so blatantly obvious. And then people wouldn't even talk to affiliates if they, because they're not a partner. Like, I'm not talking about like other Twitch partners in some cases, unfortunately, and businesses, like doing the mixers and stuff. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Was this this is last year's. This is last year's. Sorry, last year's. This is 2022. And again, you see it says partner all the way on the bottom, right? So same problem, right? Not going to talk to you unless you're an actual Twitch partner. And now you compare that with this year's. Where's partner? Well, it's over here. It's the same color as affiliate, and it's in the same small little spot. So it's very hard to actually know if you're a partner, affiliate, whatever, community member. And what a lot of people would do is when they would meet people, they'd actually turn the badge around so that you couldn't tell if they were a partner or whatnot. Which I didn't even know was a thing until I made a joke of it. And then somebody's like, oh, actually, that is a thing. I'm like, what? So anyway, other loot. Totally average. This might be something that, I don't know, will strike at you or not. Did you go to any of the parties and mixers and stuff like that? This is my actual badge. So this is the RFID chip inside, and you would have to wear this on your wrist the entirety of the event. If you lost it, it fell off, cut it off, whatever, you were not allowed into the event. You had to go get another one. What you would have to do is you'd have to put this on a scanner that would then allow to do that. No SF. Hi, by the way, you're exactly wrong. What happens in TwitchCon stays on the internet forever. Stays on the internet forever. Even more so this one than others. Oh, my bad. One thing I did this year, my focus this year for me, Average, and it's your first TwitchCon, so please, I wouldn't expect you to know this, but my focus was always going to be on trying to get into as many mixers and events as possible. You notice at this time, when I was talking to some booths that I won't name, that's fair, I had hide the badge and they blew me off. But I asked about partner stuff and they were like, oh yeah, we can do this. Got it. Puddin just doesn't talk to anybody. Puddin, I think he'd be a lot of fun at these cons. So my focus was to get onto as many of these different events as possible. So I'm just going to really quickly show you all the various ribbons, and I purposely kept these on my wrists just because I thought it'd be fun. There's fourth wall, just because it'd be fun. Here's my from the partner party 21 and over Twitch, because they actually ID'd you. Here's a random glow thing I got from NCS Soft Mixer. Let's see, I had people. I got this band. It says Agent of Chaos, and that's from a Twitch streamer, Spirit XO. So so that's kind of cool. Spirit XO. Random party mixer. You get those. Another one. I don't remember what it was for, right? YouTube was crazy. YouTube Creator Collective was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then I got a second over 21 age verified thing. So I thought for the content, it would be fun to take a picture of all the ribbons from the whole con and share that with people. And then apparently, like, everybody's all like saying negative stuff about that, like, blah blah blah, you shouldn't do this, blah blah. And I'm like, come on, it's just kind of fun, you know. But some people actually got like really offended about people doing that, you know. And to me, it's not like, to me, it doesn't have anything to do with the actual like con or whatever, like popularity. Some people, I think, were taking it to be like a popularity thing, right? Like a how awesome are you kind of a thing. It's a lot of events, totally average. My calendar, Friday and Saturday was like another event every hour. And I made them all. I made them all because if I reached out and said, I want to go to your event and you are going to make the space for me to come, I'm coming. You know what I mean? That's just the right thing to do. Didn't go to any of the events. I should have, but I focused on going to the panels. I also wasn't invited to anything, probably because I got partnered too close to the event. First of all, congratulations on getting partnered right before the event. That's amazing. That's amazing. Second, don't worry. You did the same thing I did my first year in 2022. I went to a whole bunch of the different panels. All this like geeking stuff, I can just type things up and learn things up and stuff. And I still have my notes. I've never worked on them. They've been sitting in my email box for 3 years now, and I haven't done anything with them. But yeah, so like for me, my focus instead was on parties and events and stuff. And so there we go. Bam. Take a look at my sleeve, so to speak. And now there are people that have like actual like tattoo sleeves going, you know, and I'm like, hey, I don't have tattoos, so this will be the closest I can have. And then you can see the steps today. So that was Sunday. That was Sunday at 5:30 p.m. 16,959 steps. Sunday. Sunday is a light day. Okay, just put that out there. It's a light day. At that moment, I popped up something and I said, I want to see how much have I actually done, you know? Reminds me when you go to an air show. Really? They have a lot of that stuff at air shows too. I guess that makes sense. I mean, any sort of kind of industry thing, right? Take a look at this. This is my fitness report because for the first time I got a smartwatch at the event, and so I could follow all that kind of stuff. In the week, 13th through 19th, 39 sessions, I walked 25 miles. Now, this does not count. No, Hujam. This does not count. And I will say, I've actually been assaulted once. I have. Anyway, this does not count the rest of Sunday or this morning getting home. That's how much I've spent walking. Totally average. I don't know how much you did with rideshare apps and stuff like that, but I just walked everywhere. I had a hotel that was pretty close to the, you know, whatever, to the convention center. It's about 15 minutes away, 10, 15. I just walked everywhere. So at some point I'm going to tweet out about like all the distance I walked and everything like that, you know. When you were in the Navy, that was the thing to do. See what Twitch decided to put you on 360p after you already changed it before I was coming online. That's weird, Electric. Oh, well. So those are all the little wristbands. This is something I got from Perky Daisy with Stack Up, and I just threw it in because she gave it to me the last day. It says, "You're ducking awesome." If iDuckman is here, I'm sure he'd love that. He'd love that. You walk from the hotel, which mile? Not too bad. Yeah, my first TwitchCon, I was all the way up in like Little Italy. It's like a half-hour walk there, and then a half-hour back. So yeah, it was a lot. I actually called my wife and I would talk to her on the phone on the way in and stuff. So they had a partner gift last year. It was the sunglasses, and they had extras left over. And I've heard, yep, ladies and gentlemen, I just got demoted. I am now a Twitch affiliate. Let's go. They had basically, they're trying to get rid of all their old crap from previous years, so they just brought them and put them on desks. So they had these out, and they didn't take the time to look to make sure that they were actually the partner glasses instead of affiliate glasses. Good job, Twitch. That's a Twitch L if you ask me, but there were bigger L's at the con, obviously, as you guys have alluded to. They also had the Twitch partner visors that they were getting rid of too. So I picked up a couple of those. At least you can disable ads now. That's right. That's right. What is this? Oh, these glasses are from Opus Clip. This is the fourth wall party that we had earlier today or yesterday. I'm gonna say today and yesterday a lot. Sorry, not sorry. But that was Opus Clip, who was doing a collaboration with Fourth Wall. So that's neat. Did you get the beat? Yes, I did. It's in one of my bags. So that's one bag down. 3 plus my suitcase to go. This is my main travel backpack. I've got my, like my laptop on here that I thought I would use to play World of Warships, but of course didn't. I don't think I have anything in here that is from the convention. I'm pretty sure this is all just, this is all travel related stuff. So I don't have to show you guys any of this. And there goes one more bag. That's out of the way now. Oh, this backpack right here. See how big this bastard is? Where's the bloody sign or whatever you had to try to pack? That's last, Electric. That's last. This bag is massive, okay? My wife bought 2 of these. The idea being that when we travel internationally, this is our carry-on backpack, and we check the bag, under the plane. This is supposed to fit underneath the seat in front of you. It does if you don't let it expand as big as it is right now. But these things are huge, and they fit a lot of stuff. So I actually packed this one empty inside my carry-on size bag, okay? So that's how this works. Let's see. I don't think, nope, nothing in that one, okay. All right, come on. I always lock the compartment if I can have to. You had to sit on your backpack to zip it closed. That does look a little full. It could have been fuller, and then I said, no, I'm not going to risk wrecking the bag over this. So I just had the hooded horse bag. And because I flew home first class, I got 3 checked bags. I flew home first class on United, plus I had the United Club card. How is the food for the events? You mean like the parties and mixers average? Some of them were good, some of them were crap. Most of the bar places, of course, they're just trying to make the food as quickly and cheaply as possible. Some places had amazing food. The Hooded Horse place was pretty good. Fourth Wall was pretty good. The what was it? Vol Network was the best pizza I had the whole time. The best pizza. And there were a couple other places that were really good too. But anyway. Feel free to keep asking, by the way. I discovered like the parties and events thing in my first time going average. And so you're new to my channel and we got to meet at the con, which is great. But my brand is always about trying to do as much as I can to not spend money. That's my brand, okay? SFNL and many others know that I've only spent $20 on World of Warships in the 10 years that I have played the game. $20. And of course, I've made a lot of money thanks to them because I'm part of their content creator program and stuff, right? You get to go to TwitchCon. I get to go to defense shows. Less fun. Hey, did you end up in San Diego at all? I'm going to pause for commercials. $20 less than a Chipotle bowl these days. Yes. Yes. Are you still in commercials totally, or are you hearing me now? Go to the bathroom. You get to go to the bathroom. There you go. You avoided that area. You were at... Nice. You were at the base, huh? So you were at, oh, what's it called? Coronado? Coronado? That's clothing. I don't think there's anything in here. No. Huh. You have turbo. Okay, I wanted to pause, especially for you, because you're new and we're chatting. So I wanted to pause for you, especially to make sure that you were still here. So like I said, yeah. So when I did 2022, I also made it a thing, right? Can I get through the entire con without spending a dime? And the answer was yes. In 2022, last year, and in 2025, this year, I just came back. Aside from, an Uber, Lyft, or public transportation to from the airport, I didn't spend any money on food. I didn't spend any money on drinks. I didn't spend any money on merch, any of that stuff. Because to be quite honest, it's freaking expensive to go to TwitchCon. It's expensive. The flight itself is not too bad. It depends on timing, right? The hotels are, God, my hotel was like 900 and something bucks. And then the event itself, it used to be you got a 50% discount as a Twitch partner. Not anymore. So I'm spending enough money just to go. That's it. I'm good with that. Like when I went to the Loot Cave in 2022 and I saw that I essentially had to spend more money with Twitch. Like they're like, hey, come buy our merch. I'm like, I just gave you a whole bunch of money. Why am I giving you more? Also, I work for you, right? Why am I putting my money back into you? That makes no freaking sense to me. So that's my soapbox, if you will. But it is what it is. So these came from the 7 Days to Die Blood Moon event, which is a lot of fun, also known as Lurk It and stuff. These are like the U2's things. The vinyl figures here. So that's Trader Jen. Now, I don't know the game. That's impressive. The hotel's my god. Yeah, no, right. Seriously. So I don't know I don't know anything about the game itself, but I know that these are like collectible things that people go nuts over. So I was like, cool, I'll take this home, but great. This is big, bulky. Thanks, guys. And of course, they're like, here, Zaf, have another one. Fat Cop. So that looks fun, huh? Here, let me do I wonder if that helps. Nah, that doesn't. Okay, whatever. But anyway, so there's Fat Cop from 7 Days to Die. By the way, the 7 Days to Die developers, some of the most amazing people out there. Hung out with them at Lurk It last year and went out partying with them. They're back. How's it going? Went out partying with them. We did the same thing Saturday night. I hung out with them until 2 a.m. Complaining about free stuff because I have to pack it. I actually threw out a good amount of stuff this year. A lot of it went to the circular filter before I even tried to pack it. But they were good people. They had the party, great party. They always do a great job at the parties. And then it was like literally their team plus me, and we just went out bar hopping and stuff like that. And I don't even play their freaking game, and we just hang out and have a good time. I mean, that's like when you can build the relationships like that with people, to me, that's what matters the most about these cons. That's what matters the most about these cons. Many of you guys know that on Sunday I streamed at the Capcom booth. Well, I got pins for each game that I streamed. Here's Resident Evil Requiem. Scared the shit out of me. I almost stopped playing because I was getting nauseous. And I told them that afterwards, and they're like, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, I don't like the sight of blood. And our Resident Evil, of course, it's a lot of blood and a lot of guts and stuff like that. And like needles and stuff. So like at the very beginning when they start with the cutscene and she's waking up upside down and she's pulling out the needle and breaking the flask and all the blood. Normally I don't have a problem with that. I even commented on that on the stream, right? I said, I know it's fake, right? Movie blood. I can watch Terminator, RoboCop, all that kind of stuff. The 80s rated R movies are extremely gory. I could watch all that stuff and I don't care, right? It's movie blood. I know it's fake. For the first time, something I knew was fake got to me. That's how bloody good, pun intended, that's how bloody good they did with the Resident Evil content. So when I told them about it afterwards, and the guy apologized to me, I should have warned you, trigger warning or stuff. I said, no, you need to understand, like, you pass this back on to your game devs. You got somebody who never gets sick of blood to actually get sick of blood, like only get sick on real blood. So, yeah, I mean, that's impressive. If you think about it, the level of immersion, graphical quality and stuff like that. If you're into that stuff, man, that game, I will never play it again, nor will I watch the YouTube content on it. But hey, game's a game. That's your thing. Nice thing about video games, there's plenty out there. Here's Onimusha, Way of the Sword. That one wasn't too bad. That was fun to play. And of course, we've got Pragmata. This one was interesting. I think between the two of them, I'd play Oni more so than Pragmata, but still, very fun games, and very much appreciate, and I told them this too in person, I really appreciate the level of trust that they placed, on me as a streamer. Yes, I'm praising a game dev for making a game that I can't play because it goes so hard into things that bother me. And to be quite honest, that's what a game should do. A game that's done really well should be to the level where other people just can't stand it and can't play it, because that tells you, okay, well, that's not for them, but obviously for the people that's what it's all about, right? Hey, they're all over that. Here's a pin from Hooded Horse. They had at the party, they literally just totally awesome. You were asking about the parties. Some parties, they give you stuff like the 7 Days to Die or Hooded Horse. Others, they don't. I never go expecting loot. I never go expecting anything from these parties. You know what I mean? I go expecting to just meet new people, have a good time, and chill. Okay? And quite frankly, I don't want the loot because then I have to pack it in my bags and schlep it all home. Right? And somehow I got to put it all back here. I don't know how I'm going to put it all back here, especially the signs. Anyway, so Hooded Horse, I could walk up and they got like all this stuff laid out. I'm like, well, I guess I have to bring it home. This is some dude that I met, and I say it in a nice way because I don't know exactly what his handle was or anything like that. But I'd seen him before, and I could have sworn I saw him before, and it turns out I had. I said, "You look really familiar to me." And if you guys are familiar, a while ago I streamed the Beast games, right? Remember that when I streamed the Beast games that came out on Amazon or whatever, and Mr. Beast was doing this whole big thing, like, you might be able to find me and stuff, or, find you. And why is this thing not downloading? And I wanted to, like, hey, maybe I'll make it big and, make a bunch of money or something. That's what I told my wife, because why not? Come on, save image, you damn thing. Oh, you're saving into documents? Why are you doing that? Stupid thing. Duckman, here, since you're... There you go. You can read that yourself, Duckman. Yeah, this thing hunts a little bit too much for my liking as well. Anyway, I think I got it now. Come on. All right, here we go. Nope, come on. Yeah, okay. Bam. Any of you guys that know the Beast games, okay, this little chip is his business card, if you will. He is number 899 from Beast Games. So he was telling me all, like, some of the, like, I was asking all these production questions, and he was so cool because, like, because he did it, and we were having such a good time doing it, right? We were having such a good time doing it, hanging out. Who is Orange Man? I don't know. He's number 899 from Beast Games. If you look him up, I'm sure you can find him that way. He said that when they dropped, it was actually a 10-foot drop. So he said that was actually more than you. I thought they'd try to make it look like it was taller, but still. So he was really cool. This is at the Fourth Wall Mixer. So this is the Recovery Brunch. They put on the amazing event. 2022, I went to them the first time. We went to this Airbnb that they'd rented out. And then the owner of the house saw on his cameras, or maybe he saw on some Twitch stream, that, like, they were all at the house. And so one of the guys in Fourth Wall walks up to the pool. Attention, everyone at the party! And this is a massive house, and they've got, like, this huge backyard and everything. He's like, we have to go. We have to go. I need everybody to get out, go home. So that's the Fourth Wall Brunch. They do good stuff. And so, yeah, I hung out with him a lot and chatted him up. And And it was nice, you know, because like some people at cons, and totally awesome, you probably noticed this. You probably noticed this, where some people are genuinely interested in talking to you and chatting and having a good time. And others are like, okay, you have 30 seconds with me, go. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the clock. As soon as that's up, bye. I'm going to go circle, do whatever, find other people. I hung out with him for a while at the party. We chatted. I'm like, dude, if you want to go see somebody else, please. I don't want to follow you around or anything like that. And I kept bumping into him. We kept chatting and stuff, right? One of the pieces of stuff that they had was this thing. This is Be Right Back fourth wall. And it's really cold. Like, it's really cool to the touch, right? So we had no idea what the hell to do with them. And we just said, let's have some fun with it. Let's play around with it. So we did. Bam. Yeah, as you can tell, he's sponsored by G Fuel. Let me, I'm going to get rid of these here so you can kind of see what you actually use this for. This is ingenious if you ask me. Let me drop this too. This is supposedly to help with hangovers because it's very cooling to the touch. Now we did it like bank robbers and we actually pulled it down to our necks because like you can use it actually to cool your neck, which is kind of cool. You can probably put it in the fridge to cool it more so. I don't know if you'd want to freeze it or not. But the design is like this. This is a little slot for your nose. Oh, there you go. And you just chill. And it cools and it puts a little bit of pressure on your eyes, a little bit of pressure here on your temples. So like I said, it's supposed to help you with, and by the way, chat, I can't read you guys, obviously. It's supposed to help you with, you know, just kind of calming down and getting over stuff. I put this in my, I thought I put it in my bag for the plane, but I guess I hadn't. I thought maybe I could wear it on the flight, but I thought maybe people would judge me because this is Be Right Back. But this is so awesome, huh? Where did my glasses go? I am so blind without my glasses. Where the fuck did they go? Okay. They fall? Are they up here? Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. I lost them with all my ribbons. Dude, everyone I talked to was super awesome and nice. Good. You didn't meet one person this weekend that you wasn't great to talk to. I'm glad to hear that. Some of you have places to go, but you were so caught off guard by the fact that people wanted to talk to me. Sadly, we didn't get to talk that much. Yeah. Right. I agree. We didn't. And I can't remember when I met you. Was it yesterday? Here's a shout out for Around, a fellow Twitch partner as well, who did fundraising for Stack Up. So that was fun to hang out. Oh, Hoghammer's here. What's up, Hog? Yeah, it's a compression mask for headaches. And I didn't even know what the hell that is. You can get into that, says Duckman. Yeah. Stick him up with the safe. Orange Man is Antifa? Okay. Look like a pair of shorts. His YouTube name is Merc Anthony. Oh, okay. Can you message me that, Joey, just so I have that? You want to go next year, but it costs you so much money. The box starts saving up. And if you use them for migraines. Ah, okay. There you go. Maybe I need to put one on after the stream because I've been having a headache all day. What was I gonna say? If you are expense reporting your spending, at least you can use that to help cut into your taxable income, which doesn't quite obviously pay for it or make it free, but it still helps. That would have made me wear it on the plane. There you go. Okay, Thread, there you are. Hey man, thanks for chatting with me this morning at 4 a.m. That was nice to have somebody to actually be connected to so that I didn't feel like I was all by myself in an airport where nobody was. Like it was so empty. You're not a Twitch partner? I thought you were a partner. Well, what the hell, Realm? You need to get partnered. Guys, go follow Realm so we can get her partnered. Just putting that out there. I'll shout you out again. There's the link again. Hi Fire was saying beer was $16. Beer was $16 at 12. Yeah, that's why I didn't spend any money. I don't buy alcohol, drinks, whatever, food. Headache is the San Diego tequila bar. Gotcha. No problem. You're a good guy. Aw. How much is tax write-off in the United States percentage-wise? From my understanding, the result is you're saving like 20% maybe. So, big deal. Because what it does in the States is you cut into your taxable income. right? And then that does the you followed so hard. So it cuts into your taxable income, which means you get into a lower income tax bracket. So then you pay less taxes. So the result of that is essentially you're getting like 20% off. So here's a Starlight Children's Foundation. These guys were fun to hang out with. Unfortunately, as you guys know, I've been doing so many charity things with Stack Up. It's hard to do another one. But I'd signed up for all these. Thank you, Joey. I signed up for all these events, and I booked my flight figuring I'm just going to come in and go right to the partner party. Last year I didn't. Last year I went to another party, drank a bunch of stuff, went to the partner party, and together with the wine at the partner party, that probably made me sick. So I said, I want to go, and then these mother effers, they put together a mixer on Thursday before the partner party. And my flight was delayed. So I can't believe I'm very tired, Thread, but I love hanging out with you guys, and there's so much to talk about that I want to just do it because I don't want to wait till Friday. It's Monday, for God's sakes. Oh, we'll get there. Totally. We'll get there. If you've got time, if you feel like you need to run, ask me that question again. Just tell me, Zath, I've got 30 minutes. Go. Okay. If you're willing to wait, if you don't mind. Hey, Eternal, yo. All right. Someone else I gotta shout out. Another awesome Twitch streamer who is also happens to be a Twitch partner, Eternal Grudge. Go hang out with her. She's all about, I don't know, Black Cat vibes, right? Your go-to for all things Don't Starve Together with a side of art. They're currently away for TwitchCon, not anymore. Well, are you home yet? But we'll be back on October 23rd. In the meantime, enjoy the past broadcast featuring DST, art, and even some Hollow Knight. No. Don't worry about jumping the gun. I just want to make sure you're here for that part because I think it's important. You can share too and all that. So I just don't want to, make you feel like you gotta whatever. Anyway, so I went to Starlight and the flight was delayed, right? So I took a bus to the bus stop. I had to walk about 10 minutes and I power walked to my hotel, dropped stuff off, checked in, whatever, made sure everything was cool at the hotel. Power walked back to the Starlight thing, which is back the direction I came, literally, and then power walked half an hour to the convention center. I ended up with a blister on my heel from all that. You're on the flight home. Okay, well, hopefully everything's safe. Thank you for tuning in. Is it okay to ask you how your dad is doing? You can, and he is fine. I didn't get a chance to talk to him today because I came home and I literally crashed. I took a shower, crashed. I woke up cold and dehydrated and with a headache. So did all the things, went back, crashed. Woke up 3 hours later, hard sweat. Did all the things, crashed. Yeah, that's how it's been. One-shot voice drops. I don't know what this is, but I have a bag here from the Logitech mixer. Somebody just gave it to me. Perky gave it to me from the Stack Up booth. This is a Logitech bandage thing. This would have been nice to have the first night, but it didn't quite work out. Thank you, Around, for helping to yeet out a code for World of Warships. Here's a fun little Logitech. I'm guessing this is like a pin holder. This is neat. This is kind of neat, actually. We've got, I would imagine this is like a water bottle, but it's like a squeezy water bottle. So that's kind of cool. Squeezy. Oh, I see. It expands. Oh. Okay. So it's a water bottle that compresses like that and can be squeezed or can be extended. Giggity. That water bottle is an expandable silicone water bottle. Got one. Easy to clean and use. Yeah, this is my first time. And again, big thanks to Perky for giving this to me. She had a bunch of them because Logitech sponsors Stack Up, and I don't know if I can say anything else beyond that. So great for parts of travel, right? And it says Logitech right there on the end, so that's kind of cool. Thread, thank you for the sub, man. Thank you. That's really nice of you, my dude. Around me, you can actually clean your water bottles? That's mad. Thank you, Thread. I really appreciate you, man. Really do. We got some earplugs. And what is this is the bandage thing. Okay. So that covers all of that kind of stuff. Aw. Thanks, Thread. Dude, I need to look this up. I IRL streamed I IRL streamed the convention on Saturday, and when I finished, I had an email from PayPal that said you've got a tip, but it just had the dollar amount and the person's like real name, so I couldn't like obviously call that out. I don't see it. So somebody tipped me after the fact, and it doesn't look like it popped up. So yeah, if you are listening and you are that fine person that tipped me $10 when I did my IRL stream on Saturday, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Because like I said on the IRL stream, I didn't do this for me at all, of course. I did it for all of you guys to be able to show you the con. And we had some fun. We ran into Amaranth and other stuff, so that was cool. Side note, a lot of complaints about IRL streaming at the con. Then I got these bad boys. I won these. Some of the party mixers have raffles, and they give away all kinds of things, including somebody won a 5090 graphics card, 5090. Other people won entire PCs, right? I had, well, yeah, my old gaming headset when I played Xbox 360 all the time was a Turtle Beach, and the first headset I used streaming was that same Turtle Beach headset. So this looks really cool. And I'm like, of course I have to pack this. I got this at the Capcom mixer. So huge thanks to the fine folks at Capcom for bringing all this stuff, and it will go to good use. I swear. Even though I've been using these, I'll find a use, or maybe I'll give them away. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Going back to Hooded Horse for a moment. Check this out. This is Manor Lord and Basket Man from the Manor Lord series. When I saw this, I had to get it. I absolutely had to get it. We're both at the same time. Yeah, there you go. Every lord needs a buddy, even if they are a basket case. Is that cool or what, huh? Is that cool or what? Yeah. How have you been, SAT? I'm running out of space to like put loot after I show it up, you guys. Continuing on with Manor Lords, aren't we? Yes, yes. Continuing the Manor Lords theme, or the whoa. Okay, continuing the theme from Hooded Horse's party, the mixer. Look at this. It's a Yeti. Man, they really spent bank on this, because the backpack itself is a really nice quality day pack. The hoodie is really nice quality, and this is something. Wow, this is nice. Yeah, ooh, nice. This is nice. You want a cap and fishy doll? That would be fun, actually. So this is cool. It was all wrapped up, so I'd actually never seen what it looked like. I just, like I said, I grabbed it and I put it in my bag, and I went on to doing all the cool stuff. Their party, I'm going to show you some pictures from their party, because their party deserves to be shown. Their party had the best view of the park, baseball park. I'm trying to remember the name of the baseball team, the Padres, right? So whatever the name of the park is called. Come on. There we go, and put it up. Bam. That's the view of Padre Stadium from there. Not Dodgers Park, no. I don't think so. The Dodgers are in LA, aren't they? Look at that view from the field, huh? Apparently last year when they were up at that same place, and there was a baseball game going, so they actually got to watch the game from up there. How cool is that? The Cubs Park, that's Wrigley, you dum-dum. That's Wrigley. And from there, not only did you have a great view of the stadium, but you also had a great view of like the city and all that stuff. So for me, I got to kind of geek out up there and just enjoy like the city itself. Like, I'm going to pop this up to make it big for a sec, but look at that view. I mean, you can't beat that view. What, nerd? You just can't beat that view. That is an amazing view. That is an amazing view. And of course, because we are all the way up there, we can see stuff from outside, and we actually heard, you know, jets taking off and stuff, right? And I was talking to somebody who actually played World of Warships. I never got his name. I never got his name, but he played World of Warships, right? And so we heard jets taking off, and there you go, F-18. You can even see, if I zoom in hard enough, you can see the tail hook sitting in the back there. All right. By the way, if anybody is tuning in on the vertical channel, I just noticed, I apologize. I don't actually have the picture showing up on the vertical channel. So if you are watching vertically, keep in mind, I do have a horizontal YouTube stream going, or there's also just, you know, Twitch. You can hang out there. Yes, it's an F-18, correct. It's an F-18. I just don't know what kind it is. But if you look carefully on the bottom, that's a carrier, right? That's an amphibious assault carrier, I believe it's called. And this is Hapa Fodder's old boat. He was telling me this is his old boat. Let me see if I can find the exact. This is the Boxer, USS Boxer, which is an LHD-4. He served on the Boxer for 7 years and did 4 deployments on her. So, for a very special place in his heart for the Boxer there. So, he enjoyed that. I know he enjoyed that, and I just enjoyed like learning about that and, you know, chatting up with him. So, yeah, so that was a hell of a lot of fun. That was absolutely a hell of a lot of fun. Okay, other things. I still have these. I was gonna give. I brought 3 pairs. I gave 2 of them out. I have Twitch partner shoelaces. Well, just Twitch shoelaces, right? They've got. It doesn't say partner. It just got the Twitch logo, and they're purple. So I have these, and I've got them in my shoes. And for anybody who said I like your laces, I gave them a pair of shoelaces. You were stationed there for a bit. Oh, really? Nice. So I brought them with, and sadly I didn't get rid of all of them, but that's perfectly fine. I'll keep them for the next con. Why not? Okay. Is that? No. Wait. What? Oh. Okay. Yeah. That's everything from the backpack. Okay. Next. Next is this. This is my High Sierra bag. So like I said, it comes with a backpack, a day pack attached to it, which is nice because what I did was I traveled out with it empty. Yeah, Thread. I showed you the picture in Discord of all of the bags packed, right? So this was empty, and this was, you know, about to there. So it wasn't like full. And I had an empty backpack in there as well. The black one I just showed you guys. All right. Let me open her up. Oh. Now there's a bunch of clothes in there. Obviously, you're not gonna see those. You don't need to see socks, underwear, and stuff like that. But I did get a couple more Twitch partner visors, so that's kind of fun. What was the sign in the Discord pic? The sign in the Discord pic. Totally Average, can you do me a favor and just like at me or so, just like reply to me on the so I can find what, because I posted in a lot of Discords, just so that I can go straight to it, or just DM me the direct link to it, and I'll tell you exactly what it is once I see it. I got a hat at YouTube Gaming. Oh, the big signs, Yeah, I'll show you at the end. So this is a YouTube Gaming hat. So the is it time to talk about the YouTube? Sure. YouTube Gaming had this huge thing. You go up there and they say, okay, we're going to give you 3 different merch tickets. Now, you'll use those merch tickets at 3 different stations. I saw that. Yeah. And they said, if you want the merch, get it now. If you don't care about the merch, fine. Then go do go enjoy the mixer and then come back later. Guys, this is me we're talking about. So, I got in line for the merch. No, you're fine. Don't worry. That's after I finish so anyway, so I go and I put it in for the merch, and lady in front of me goes and draws a car, bam, comes out, here's like something, and it was like a really nice like polo shirt or something, YouTube gaming, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. Friendship bracelet was another thing that was on my wrist. It fell on the floor earlier. And so I go next. And the lady goes, okay. And then she goes back and comes out with this big ass bag, like massive, massive bag. Okay. This is the bag. This is the bag. See how big this bag is? You only had to wear one bracelet. They're back. Or thread, sorry. Or maybe two if you were going to the alcohol area. You had to wear a bracelet that said you were over 21. That's why I kept the one from the partner party, because I'm like, that way I don't have to do it again. But anyway, so they gave me this bag and it was full of something. I'm like, what the hell is this? That is in the front backpack. So if you want to see something crazy, once I pull this out, I can't get it back in again. This thing is super soft, and I'm like, what the F is this? Is this like a hat? Is it like a jacket? Look at this thing. It's freaking massive. It's also extremely warm. Keep pets away from it. Seriously. It's also getting black stuff all over the place now, like little black fuzzies. Oops. And so I decided, when I brought it back, I said, I'm going to put it on and just see what it looks like. So let me see if I can find the picture of it. Here we go. Something for the wife. No. I texted her and her response was WTF. Comfy. No, this is way too warm for bed. Here. This is it. Now I cropped off the top and bottom. Let me uncrop for a sec. It's a freaking bear suit. It's a freaking bear suit, guys. So I guess if I ever get into doing subathons or something, like I know Bo does his sharkathon. Well, now I can do a bearathon or something. Yeah, it's like a bear rope. This thing's nuts. And it was in that bag. Like that, the whole bag was literally just this. Oh, I'm already sweating just holding that. I'm like, got black fuzzies all over me now too. Anyway. Bo would be envious, yeah. So, funny story. When I picked up that bag and somebody told me what was in it, and I had no idea what the hell it even meant, some person that got the t-shirt was like, hey, I'll trade you for my t-shirt if you don't want to pack that. And I'm like, hell no, I'm bringing this home. Some bitch, I'm bringing this home. TwitchCon Maine in a few years and you're set. Seriously. So, like, if I have to wear that, it is comfortable. Damn right it's worth more. So if I'm gonna do something like that, I'm gonna do it like during the dead of winter when I can open my windows and just like super cool the room and not care because I'm so freaking warm. You know what I mean? So yeah, that came in that one. And then the hat came from it too. They had you could pick a hat, and by that point one of the hats, they had a bucket hat that I would have loved, but everybody loved it, so it was gone. So I just got a regular hat. I got this one on the IRL stream when I was IRL streaming on Saturday. Here's the Navy. I haven't even looked inside of it. It's a Navy fanny pack or something. I don't know. What does it say? Sailors aren't born, they're forged. Okay. What is this? Interchangeable precise manual tool set. Okay. That's actually useful. I'll take that. White nickel plated. Got a whole bunch of different bits in here. Here, let me do this. Zoom in. All right, you can see that a little bit better now. Yeah, exactly. It's like for electronics and stuff, right? So that's good stuff. All right. So that's what came out of this. Inside, it's got this kind of fun little whatever. I don't know. Got some loop on it so you can loop on a car key or something. Oh, okay. So it's not like a fanny pack. It's like a... Well, I don't know if it is. Whatever the hell it is. But yeah, it's a bag. Give it to my wife. She likes bags. She'll enjoy that. Yeah, it's like a travel bag, kid bag. There you go. There you go. Fireworks, fireworks. All right, now I have a whole bunch of black bags, so good job, Rob. We'll start. Actually, this kind of works out well for the mood lighting. 7 days blood moons. So just a regular reusable bag. Oh, a range bag. You know what? You're probably right, average gamer. Ooh, that'd be very helpful. Be very helpful. So this is a 7 days blood moons. Now, when you went to their party, you got a key for their game. Problem is, I don't play the game. I don't know anything about it. I don't think I will because I don't like the horror, bloody, shoot 'em up things. The Fun Pimps. I don't know who the Fun Pimps are, and I'm scared to search for them, but I will. For the content. The Fun Pimps. Small, dedicated group of highly experienced game software developers. Is that what they're called? Are these the guys I've been hanging out with? Let's see. Go to... Huh. Are there any pictures of them over here? There's like maybe company? Huh. Okay. Well, these are the developers, right? These are the guys that made the game, right? Huh. Okay. I didn't even care who they were. They're just good people that I enjoy hanging out with. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Let me go to images. Oh, they've got a wait. They've got a Twitter. Maybe there's some pictures of them on their Twitter? Huh. No? I don't see any there. I don't know. Well, whatever. It is what it is. Paddington Zath, that's right, Gaelic. But yeah, like, you know, I don't care who you are. You know, if you're a good person, that's what matters to me, right? Can we hang out? Can we hang out? Imagine running a company, introducing yourself as one of the members of the Fun Pimps, right? I know, seriously. Actually, well, do you guys know what the Fun Pimps look like? They do dev streams and stream. Okay. So there's the standard TwitchCon swag bag everybody got. I think I got like 2 or 3 of them because they kept... Who the Zath? Oh, God. Because they kept shoving bags at us. Okay, if you guys know what they look like, let me find pictures from that party. Let's see. I can start with this one. The Texas guys. Okay. Let's see. Refresh. Go here. There. Is that one of the Fun Pimps? Could actually put a name to the, like, who these guys are. They are cool. It's 2 brothers. See, like, I don't know all this lore. I just know that they're good people and hang out with them. They're like party animals, man. They are party animals. Did this one download? Yeah. Is there anybody else from the group? Yeah, his wife, right. Here. Download that. Are these the Fun Pimps thread? I think they got long hair. Okay. So these are the ones I'm talking about. Oh, there are some guys in the background here. Is that the one I want to show? Zath goes to TwitchCon and hangs out with pimps. Be sure not to tell the wife. I've been talking about it very loudly, so it's very possible that she's already heard that. Just saying. I am making a mess of this room, by the way. Oh well. Bam. And then we've got this is Mermay, and she used to be a member of Aim and Achieve, which is a stream team that I was a part of, along with Ashley, aka Ashley, Femininely. Sea Raptor, I think, was in there for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. Danica Rockwood, Obi-Wan and Booby. I don't remember exactly how his full name is. But you can see they like to hang out in the background and have fun too. But yeah, so it was nice to be able to hang out with May and to meet her for the first time. You know what I mean? Okay, what other ones do I have here? Okay, that's another TwitchCon bag. I just rolled them up and brought them home because my wife likes bags. So hey, I'll bring them home. This is just a standard black bag, so that's excitement right there. Let me put the lights back on. All right, clothing. I got a fun Lego board game. This I got at the board game, the board game. I can't. I'm drawing a blank. What do they call it? Where they can come to us and learn about our stuff. So this was hosted by my friend Bonzinator, and 3 others. So that was really cool. So I did enjoy that one. Are you smarter than a bot? Lol. But yeah, one teammate describes the Lego model. The other teammate has to build it. All teams build at the same time, racing to finish the Lego models. So I basically said because they were giving away these games and nobody came because unfortunately they were given the 10 a.m. slot on the first day and nobody understood that you have to let people in. So a lot of people missed this because of it. But yeah, so they were giving away these and Bond just said, hey, ask a question and, you'll win a prize. So I asked a question, got a prize. Yay. So I just said, hey, my wife, I'm looking for something that we can just hang out and play and not a lot of thought behind it and stuff. And so that's what he told me to use. Eternal, are you still here? Eternal Grudge? Perfect question to ask. What's the prize? How do you play that game? I have no idea, Thread. I just told her it's really good. Yes, I did get a clip of Amaranth, apparently. And the opening for TwitchCon is at 10. Yes, exactly. Right. So I made it in before everybody else, and everybody's like, Zath, how did you get in here? And I'm like, I have my ways. Basically, what I did was I got up to the Twitch Partner Lounge. Totally average. I don't know if you're in the partner Discord, but I had asked about getting into the partner lounge because historically you could get in at 9 a.m. You want to see the Amaranth, Mick? Look at my tummy sticking out. Thanks, Gaelic. Thanks. I forgot to suck it in a lot of cases. All right. Eternal, if you're here, here's your. This is Eternal Grudge's special baggies that you made for everybody. Well, thank you, Compass. Thank you. She had basically made care packages for all of us. So that was really cool. We got some stickers in here and stuff like that. A tummy sleeve helps to keep it tucked in so you don't have to think about it. That's true, I suppose. I don't know. I don't think about stuff like that until it already happens and then I care, if that makes any sense. So, live, laugh, and grudge. Cool. Some other little pins. All that stuff in here, so. You didn't know about till last week. There you go. So yeah, so I got in the partner lounge, and then from the partner lounge, I was able to go upstairs, and then over the bridge, or not the bridge, but like the connecting point from one side of the con center to the other. And all of a sudden, I'm over by all the little breakout rooms, and so I found it. It's a good picture. It is a good picture, yeah. Some emergency in here as well, and a Purell wipe. So, good stuff there. Thank you again, Eternal, for putting these together. She sought me out, and that was really cool to be able to talk to them and stuff. So let's see. You guys want to see Amaranth, huh? Where is she? Was she? Yeah, she was the day before. Yep, there it is. Okay. All right, downloading. I got the one that I posted, but somebody said they wanted to see it, so I'll put it up. I felt it was the best TwitchCon event, but other people had different opinions on that, of course. What people don't realize is that the con is what you make of it. Oh, hold on a sec. I cut off a part of... there you go, Duckman. Loading up New World Eternum, and there's a queue to get into the server. That is a good pick. I thought so, too. My wife liked it. I posted that on Twitter, actually, because Amaranth's like, I got slots for meet and greet. I'm like, I met you in a better way. Just ran up to you, and here we go. And we were both live streaming. That was pretty cool. The IRL backpack was a thing. Average, did you get to do it? If not, you really missed out and should do it again next year. Or should do it next year. We got these Logitech pins as part of the official swag. Like everybody got these, so that's kind of neat. You know, whatever. Did she take the picture? I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right because if I remember right, my hands were full, and I told her that, and she's like, "Okay." World of Tanks 2.0, guys. The backpack thing is hard unless you live nearby. Yeah. Don't have the community to do it. Sadly, doesn't matter if you have the community or not. Just go live. I just went live. I had like 20 people watching. I don't care. Easy enough. She had a photo entourage. Shit, that she did, apparently. Perfect colors of the month, right? I gave him shit because the worships guys, they sent people from Prague. They sent people from Prague, guys. The guys of the World of Tank were from Prague. They weren't from Austin. Weird. Absolutely weird. This is cool. So remember I was telling you guys a story about Robitech and hanging out and learning at the PC and stuff like that? She's cool. Is she okay after that crazy thing that happened to her? Thread, what do you mean? Who are you talking about? Who's her? Her. You EU people should be exposed to America. Yeah, but it's just like they're like Wargaming is spending more money to send people from EU versus to send people from Austin, right? Did you know she was on the news about her robber at gunpoint? They showed videos and yeah, she's been in the news for that. There's all kinds of stuff, unfortunately, that went on with her. When I met her in 2022, I came home and introduced her to the wife, and then that's when she had the whole big thing. That's what you're talking about. Okay. And then she had the whole big thing with her husband or whatever and abuse and stuff. So I don't know. Guys, we have a giveaway going for World of Warships code. Type something in chat. We need 10 people active. If you're on YouTube, Rumble, or Kick, go over to Twitch and do it. So remember when I was talking about the case and doing the video with Robitech and stuff like that. Afterwards, one of the people from the PNY booth came up to me and she said, "We want to really thank you for taking the time to come and do this video with us. You were awesome. So we're going to give you some stuff." So one of the things that she gave me was this NZXT toolkit. Now, I've never even opened it up before, but it's got like a driver and it's got pliers. I'm guessing those look like needle nose pliers. Yeah. Now, this is Minigear Say. This is for World of Warships. So you just have to be a follower and active in chat, and that's it. And then inside here, looks like some different screw heads. See if I can. Oh, this is really in tight. Looks like they're screw heads, yeah. And then you just attach it. Yeah, you attach it to the end of the handle here, right? So like you can take this, attach it there. I'm guessing, does that tighten it? Maybe. I don't know. I can't tell. Or maybe use that to turn the whole thing. I'd have to figure it out somehow, I guess. But anyway. Oh, I see. Hold on. Ah, okay. So you use this to lock and unlock. Lock or unlock, and then you pull that. So you pull this up, unlocks it, all right? Put it in, let go. Now it's locked. Oh, that's cool. And then you can hold this here so you can keep pressure as you're screwing or unscrewing. So you got a standard Phillips head for, of course, all your annoying back screws, and we've got looks like a hex head for some of the PC, and a smaller Phillips head for like hard drives, and then a whole bunch of little zip tie cables for cable management. So big thanks to the PNY people, and of course for NZXT for sending these out with the PNY people. That's cool. That's really nice of them. So I got that, and I that was like, that just made my day. Totally awesome. You were asking me highlights of the stream or the day or whatever. That would be the first highlight, was doing the Robitech thing. It's a solid kit, yeah, and it's got a loop here to hang on and stuff. So I'm like, this is nice. I'm gonna have to keep that, you know. The other thing that they gave me was this. That work? Yeah. So this is a large mouse pad. Apparently. Yeah, large, 400 by 400, so it's a square. Okay. So that's cool. That's cool. I don't know anything about their mouse pads, but it looks like nice. I was hoping it was like the big desk mat. See, it shows here like the different sizes. But that's okay. I'm not gonna say no to something, you know? That's nice. It's nice. It's 400 millimeter by 400 millimeter. So that's what is that? 15. So it's 15.75 inches. So it's a little bit over a foot each direction. Boom. Like yours? Okay. So there I am walking through the con with all this crap in my hands. This year's partner gift. Yay for that. Bunch of stickers. I don't know, whatever. I'll take stickers, I guess. Sure. Stickers. So, yay. It's nice to be rewarded for just being yourself. Thank you. Yeah, I just told them. I said, you know, I just came to chat them up. Thought I'd be there for 10 minutes. I was there for an hour and a half. Wasn't expecting anything. Didn't want anything. But hey, I'll take it. This is a sign of the times with cons that I just really can't believe we live in an age where this is a thing. Most of you guys probably know what this is. Those of you older folk probably don't. Well, it doesn't matter what the brand is. Hey, Sturgy, this is a drink cover. So if you've got a cup, stretch it, put it over the cover, and you put your straw through the hole here, and that prevents you from getting roofied. That prevents somebody from just, you know, putting their hand over, dropping a pill into your drink when you go to the bathroom, or, you know, when you lose sight of a drink at a party, they always tell you to go get another drink. You know, exactly. That's depressing to the average gamer. I'm right there with you. Had those for decades in Germany. Shark Tank. Somebody got picked up on Shark Tank for making these. It's sad that it needs to exist. I mean, on the one hand, it's nice that people can get, and there were people that were handing these out for free. If anybody wanted them, and then they got it, no problem, no questions asked. But still, it's terrible that we live in a time where, you know, you need those. What else do we have here? We've got from YouTube Gaming. This is another part of their swag. Some fun stickers and stuff. I don't want to open this, not necessarily. Well, whatever. Just some little emo things or whatever. Yeah, screw it. The more stuff you open, the more stuff gets all over the place, and you know, whatever. They had 3 pins. You could go and pick up pins. So there's a YouTube Gaming pin there. Oh, okay. It's an arcade. I didn't even know what it was. I just wanted to get my stuff and go because it was so crammed and so crowded. So, but that's cool. So I got a few of these. Little Blood Moons pin. What's up, Seabear? Oh, that's true, Sloth Skittles. I didn't think about that. Right, you're right. It does help with bumping into people because it's a cover, right? So it helps prevent liquid from flowing out. So that's kind of neat. That's Fun Pimps. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. Hey, Cthulhu. I need to shout out Sturgy. Where is he? There we go. Let me get Sturgy shouted out. He does, of course, fundraising for Stack Up as well. There you go. And Cthulhu, don't let me forget to shout you out. If you were watching my live stream, then you know what this is. If you weren't watching my live stream, you don't. This is a little rubbery, like little animal here. And this is for, I think it was what, Humane Society? Animal Cruelty, what's it called? Humane World for Animals. It used to be called the Humane Society. So you would go and you put a quarter into their little machine, and out would come one of these little pets, and there's mine. It's very cute. It's got this weird texture to it because it's like this kind of weird silicone. But hey, it made it home, and it's a fun way to remember that experience. Oh, my fingers smell weird. It's got like this weird coating on it. I got this from Perky. She won this at something else. I don't remember what. You know, like they had like the claw machines. So she won this at one of those, and she's like, I don't want it. I'm like, okay. So just gave it to me. And yeah, she said, don't go there, Zath. I'm going to save you the time. I said, okay. I wasn't going to go there anyway. But she said she waited in line for like a half an hour just to get that thing, and she didn't care. Playing more 7 Days to Die and other survival games than wargaming. Thanks for the shout out. You're welcome. Oh, were you here when I was talking about the 7 days, people? What is this? This is, I hate how the pins, you have to like open the stuff to get it. Oh, okay. So this is a YouTube gaming heart. That's another pin. When you're a duck, everything looks like a potential mate. That explains you so well, Duckman. Oh, okay. I guess I got 2 of the arcade games pins. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take another one. Why not? These also are, they had these on the table. So like you just go sit down, talk with people, and then you can pick up one of these pins. Aw. And it says celebrating you 20. In the Robitech interview, he told me, and I didn't even know this, 2005 is when YouTube started. 2005. So Twitch is celebrating 10 years, YouTube is celebrating 20. That's kind of cool, huh? That's kind of cool. 2 arcade pins, wear them as earrings. Oh god, no. Don't pierce my ears. Forrester, hey! Forrester, I'm sorry I missed you mentioning something in chat. It must have gone through real quick and stuff like that. Here's my little creator collective name tag. You know, I didn't think about it. I wore it with everything else, but yeah, you know. I saw in the pictures later, some people were taking off their tag so that they could, like, take it with, like, the Twitch tag, just so it says YouTube. 7! Hey, how's it going? How you doing, man? Hey, 7, are you streaming at all? Can I shout you out? Does it matter? I need a water. Hashtag blame 7. Let's see, I got a piece of ribbon thing from Stream Elements. And, Starlight. So remember I was talking about Starlight? I've got this, Stream for Starlight 2024. And if you haven't noticed, you got Sanity and Left Wows. I've been wearing this pin here. That's a Starlight pin as well. Now, unlike my guy, Highfire, I don't like to punch holes in my hats if I can help it. This is actually magnetic. There's a magnet on the other side, so I didn't punch a hole through the hat. So I like that. I'm like Fire now. We have the exact same hat. We've had the same hat for years. Same hat for years. I don't know who got it first, if it was him or me. But 7 used to be a World of Warships community contributor. So go follow him if you don't mind. And if he doesn't stream, I don't care. Follow him anyway. Good people. Ah, the beanie. The beanie. The Twitch beanie. I went for the dark purple. Twitch beanie. Let's go. Looks better on me. Well, thank you. Thank you. Don't tell Highfire that. Okay, commercial break. I'm going to pause again. We're almost done, guys. Your cam and room and stuff are looking great. Oh, thank you, 7. That's awesome, dude. Thank you. Here, let me drop that so you can see the full room. His setup looks good. Thanks. I was always worried there was too much back here, but okay. I have painted myself into a corner here, literally. Uh-oh, fireworks time? Fireworks time. Here we go. Take a look at the proper setup here, Seven. How's that? How is that? You like that? So this is Lumia Stream, which is an app that allows you to set up your lights to react to different things. Well, fireworks. When fireworks are redeemed, I turn the lights off automatically, you know, and all that good stuff. All right, commercial still going? Looks like they're just about done. Honey, if you can, here, just put the in there. Thank you. Had to get the wife to get the garbage can out over here. Makes sense, yeah. So, like, if people subscribe, the lights go a certain way, they react. People follow, they react. Right now, they're... Why are they doing that? Oh, because the commercial break is over. Yeah, so when the commercial break is over, they go like that. When the commercial break runs, they go green. Green for money. Like, you know, you're sticking around for the commercials and giving me money. Thank you. Hey, Andrew. Yep, Seven's here. Yeah, you got me into Lumia back in the day. I'm actually having to rebuild my stuff right now. Ah, okay. Yeah. Ask away about Lumia. It's fun stuff. Apparently they were at TwitchCon, and they didn't say anything about it, like on their Discord. I even looked, and I'm like, what's going on? I didn't hear anything about it. Yes, it's automated, exactly, Thread. And I also have it on my. Yeah, I'm really sad I didn't see them. Oh well. You know, I want to talk to them how cool they are, and you know, come up with some ideas. So, on the rerun channel, I have it set to do that as well. Thank you, Electric. And sometimes I forget to turn it off. So basically, it fights with each other. Now, Seven, you want to hear a really fun story that you can absolutely troll Raptor with at some point. See, Raptor. There was one day we were doing King of the Sea together, and we were in our, you know, like outside a battle scene waiting for the game to start. And he's talking to me. Remember, there's a 5-minute delay. 5-minute delay, right? So we're talking. Well, I think Taro, if you're still here, I think it's your fault. I think this might have been a Taro-gasm. We had a hype train going, and Raptor's like, Seth, why are your lights going so crazy? I'm like, we have a hype train going right now. He's just sitting there like, you bastard. I'm making money. That's fine. Oh my god. Tell Rob no range Madi Motto. There you go. So it was funny. And you guys know, I mean, I do this for you guys. I do this because it's fun. I could care less. I mean, I do care about money, right? We kind of all do. Sadly, we have to have money. But if it wasn't for what I make on Twitch, I couldn't do the current job I have and get by, if that makes any sense. With the two incomes combined from the two things, I'm doing fine. But if you know, if the Twitch wasn't there, I wouldn't be doing the job I'm doing right now, which would suck because I really do like the job, and it's really chill and all that. Okay, just a few more items to show you guys, and then I got the big one with the big story that comes with it. Hopefully you're ready for it. All right, t-shirts. Everybody likes t-shirts. This is from Stream Elements. It's actually a fourth wall shirt. That's kind of funny. But it's a Stream Elements t-shirt. I don't know. Let's open it up and see. Suddenly I'm in a Fabletics opening stream. I got clothes from Fabletics I need to open too, by the way. Stream Elements. I have their t-shirt from 2022. So I said I will add this to my collection. You know what I mean? Weebie shirt. It is kind of a weebie shirt, yeah. The one in 22 wasn't. And like I said, I had no idea what it was. I just said, I'll take one, why not? Hard to turn down a free t-shirt. 7 Days to Die Blood Moons. Can you open the hoodie cap? The hoodie cap. Hoodie cap. What's the hoodie cap thread? Inside of here, I threw a whole bunch of stuff because it would protect everything. So there's gonna be a bunch I'm gonna have to pour out of here. Oh, there's my roll of tape. That's right. I put that in here. Ugh, the bean. Oh, yeah. Sure, the beanie. Here. I'm gonna have to spend half the day tomorrow cleaning this room now because of you guys. Here. Sup? I'm just watching myself in the monitor window and I'm just like, I look so stupid. Can you imagine me going to parties like this? I actually won a 7 Days to Die beanie last year at the Lurk It party. That's how I met them and hung out with them. Eminem, right? Now, at close range, it does say Twitch. See? Looks good on me? Well, thank you. I don't know. Whatever. I will add this to my collection. I'll put it somewhere back there. I don't know. You can't pull that off? I'm sure you could. TwitchCon 10 years. This is if you've been to at least 3 TwitchCons, you get this 10 pin. And this was my 3rd, so I got the pin. Sadly, I heard that some other people did not get the pin when they should have. So I'm sad to hear that, but it is what it is. This is a highly sought after pin for those that are pin collectors. I'm not a pin collector, but whatever. This is something for Stream Elements. You guys know that every now and then I do my sponsorships. You were just talking earlier about, making money, being able to use that to support the streams. And sponsorships is one way for doing that. This is GrabTap, and that's something that I'll probably be doing a sponsorship with them at some point as well. The chip is pretty cool. There's a QR code on the back for something special, so I don't want you to screenshot that just yet. What the heck is this? Oh, this is another Starlight button or pin. So it says, it's hard to read it. It says Starlight Children's Foundation TwitchCon 2025. So there, like that. So that's kind of cool. From the Elgato booth, they have a microphone pin. 7, you'd be all over that, wouldn't you? Apparently they had other pins, but by the time I got around to seeing them, they were all out. Very sad about that, for sure. Lots of cards from various creators. I did enjoy the Rubik's Cube so much. You can see the magnet on the back that I grabbed another one. They were totally cool with it. Another set of pins from Logitech. Perky gave me this because I am a positive potato. Perky Daisy, my old manager for StackUp. So there's the stackup.org button thingy. Which reminds me, there should be something from them somewhere around here. I haven't seen it yet, though. Oh, there it is. More importantly, along with that came this challenge coin, a StackUp challenge coin. How cool is that? Come on, you stupid thing. Yeah, let me change to the zoom in one. Maybe that'll work better. That cool? Sweet. On the back side, it's got the little grenade thing above bobber. So that's kind of cool. And there's some weight to it, of course. It's a proper challenge coin, so I like that a lot. Some more stickers. Some 7 Days to Die Blood Moons stickers. I have a code to redeem a Pimpin' exclusive cosmetic. And I have a code for the actual game itself. And because they liked me so much at the party, I think they gave me a second or something. I don't know. Maybe not. Looks like I just have the one. Anyway, so that's cool. Oh, and I also have World of Tanks invite codes and bonus codes, which I might look to give to, what's her name? Battle Chick? Is that what she calls herself now? Because I know she does, of course, she does World of Tanks. I don't. I posted the codes. Oh, yeah, I do have a second one right here. I posted the codes on my Discord, and nobody ever said they redeemed them. I posted one on Discord and one on Twitter. So, whatever. By the way, did you guys know... Chickadee, thank you. I couldn't remember what she rebranded to. Did you guys know... I didn't make a big deal out of it because I didn't even find this out till later. I actually hit 1,000 followers on Twitter on Saturday? Saturday. Oh, you were a beta tester for World of Tanks? I beta tested Tanks 360. Thank you, Seven. That was kind of cool, to find out you did that. So, there you go. Cups. Stay. And I think we're down to our final t-shirt. This I got for my wife because they didn't have any in my proper size. But I got this. Streamer DAP. It's got 2023 on there, so obviously it's left over, which is fine. But, I don't know. They had some sort of launch party. So they probably had these t-shirts internally with the team or something. And then, decided to get rid of them. Fine. But I thought, my wife could wear this. I thought, the pattern and stuff looks good, right? For a lady. Yeah. Doesn't look bad. I wouldn't wear something like this. I don't think it would look good on me. Even if it's the right size. I just don't think it would look good on me. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to suck in my stomach more for Gaelic. Something like that. All right. You ready for the big one? You ready for the big one? Do it. I got this thing. And I carried it all through the con. And it's a white rectangle! Brought all through the con. I had such a good time at the mixer that they told me they were just going to throw this away. I said, no way, you're giving that to me. And they said, okay. So I took the poster. Under the safe. Oof. One of these has my name and address on it. Check that out. Borderlands 4, the Vault Network, Creator IRL Meetup with Claptrap. An invite-only event for Vault Network creators. Game site. Somebody do me a favor and clip this moment. I want to share this with the Vault Network people because check this out. And by the way, I got 2 of them. So, thank you, Jimbo. So we're walking down. We're walking down the con, and I have him like this. I'm like this, and I'm literally walking down the con like this. Everybody's like, "What the fuck are you doing with Claptrap?" I'm like, yeah, Borderlands 4, I went to the Capcom mixer. And I'm like, can I put this in here? And the guy takes it and he flips it around like that and then puts it on the wall. Which, by the way, he absolutely should. It's the Capcom mixer, so you don't need to put a competitor's video game up there. I was going to flip it anyways, but, he did it anyway. I think he might have been a little offended that I had done that, but it is what it is. So how'd I get it on the plane? How'd I get it home? I went to the desk at Embassy Suites, and I said, do you guys by chance have any packaging tape? And they did. So I taped the corners all together. Each of them, so just make sure it stays good, tight together. Here's the clips. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Please clip away. I want to share this. I want to put that out there. Like, this was fun, right? So I put that together, and then I didn't know what to do. How am I gonna take it home? So I thought, well, if I put it together, at least I can try to not have to check it. And I put out a tweet and I sent it out to at United. I didn't hear anything from them. So I thought, okay, well, what I should do is I should write my name, address, phone number on it, right? So that if it gets found and whatever. Because if I have to check it, right, and it gets lost, if it gets found, it's got my name and address and phone number, right? Then I'm thinking to myself, I'm walking down the streets, my name, address, and phone number are right on the outside for everybody to see. That's a derp moment, right? So I took a room service menu and I taped it on top of my name, address, and phone number, and I put address on back. Right, I don't want to dox myself, right? Exactly. So I just, you know, and I got to the airport, and I think flying first class is really what saved it. But because I got to the airport and I went to the check-in agent and I said, "Hey, I've got these two things, right? How can I get them home? Like I'll give them to you to check down low, but you know what it's like when you put it through the baggage and carousel. You don't trust people, especially at O'Hare." And they said that the guys in San Diego are very cautious about stuff, but I said you don't know what it's gonna be like at O'Hare, right? Well, yeah, TSA. Actually, I went through TSA with these. I gave it to the lady. She's like, "What's in there?" I'm like, "I'll show you a picture, but I'm not pulling this apart for you." So, anyways, I told Sea Raptor I did this, by the way, because he brought home. If you guys know Sea Raptor, when we had the first CC summit, they had the Scharnhorst thing that they gave him, the Scharnhorst poster, and he found a way to bring the Scharnhorst poster home. So I said, I'm going to channel my inner Sea Raptor, and I'm going to bring home this bad boy. Let's go. TSA probably gave it. Oh, they did. They gave me a lot of looks, but you guys get an idea how big it is. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. You know what I mean? I'll put it somewhere. It's Claptrap. You gotta have Claptrap, guys, right? You don't just throw something like this away, which is what they were gonna do. Need to figure it out. All right, you guys ready for story time? Oh, you want to know about how it worked? That's right. So what they said, is there anything on the ceiling? No. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So Morkborg, hey. So I go to the person at the check-in counter, right? And I gave her 2 of my check bags, and because I fly first class and because I've got the United Club card, I could bring 3 check bags. Okay, which is quite a bit for United. I mean, that's what's it, $50 or $75 or something like that a bag. And the first class upgrade was like $200. So, you know, I just randomly saw it one day. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this. My wife's like, okay. It's a red-eye flight, so we figured, you know, go be up front. So, here's some more stories to the lore of these damn signs. This is great. You guys are gonna love it. 7, you're gonna like this especially. So I go and talk to the person at the check-in, and she was so nice, so lovely. She's like, I'm going to suggest that you go through and talk to the gate agent, and as soon as you get there, you know, she'll get there an hour before. So go to the gate agent and just say, hey, you know, I've got a conundrum. I'm trying to bring this. Yeah, it was only $200 to sit in first class, Duckman. So I did. I sat in 1A. Hang it in the bathroom just to see what the wife's reaction. So the check-in agent, she goes to me. She says, "Well, I think we'll be okay, but just to be safe, I have a special United bag that these things will fit into. The idea being we can wrap them if needed to maybe protect them from water and crap getting on them, which is nice of her, right? She even gave me fragile stickers, which I told her I've got a real bad headache, so I might just have to slap one on. Still have the headache. So it's really nice of her. Really, yeah, it is awesome. Really nice of her. And pause because of commercials. All right, hold on a sec. I'm gonna pause. And to get out of this area because floor. Bags. Are you listening to me on all that stuff, honey? Okay. No dirty water tonight, Duckman. No dirty water tonight. I have too much of a headache and all that kind of stuff. There's a shout out from Morkbork. I get a good water. Yeah, this is Evian water, but like I kept refilling it. This is water from the Chase Lounge at San Diego, I think. I think it was San Diego, but there's airborne in it, so I'm just gonna drink it. Island Cat. Now that's a name I haven't seen in a while. How you doing, man? Thank you very much for stopping by. And you subbed, huh? Let's go. Thank you. It's still good. Yeah, I grabbed this one because it's a thicker bottle, right? Compared to regular plastic, so thought it would be good for traveling. Okay. First of all, I just want to take a moment. We're 2 hours in to this, guys. Thank you for sticking around. There it is. There it is. Good. That sounds like you met a gate agent who believes in good customer service. I did. So, W indeed. Hey, Z1. Shiki go boom. So I get through. I actually carried that. I carried that into the Chase Sapphire Lounge. I went to the Chase Sapphire Lounge, and I have Priority Pass, and you get like a once a year visit to the Chase Lounge with the Priority Pass. So I went to go use it, and they're like, "Sorry, we're not accepting passes." I'm like, "Oh," and I told her, I said, "I only have one, and it goes away in February." And she's like, here, I'll show you, Island. She's like, you know, "I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it, blah, blah." And this nice lady behind me is like, "I'll bring him in as my +1. How awesome was that? Hey, Jazzy, this is what I was carrying. This is what I was carrying right here. Someone do me a favor and screenshot this right here, and I'll send it over to, screenshot it and just message me on Discord if you can, like Joey or someone else. So it was very nice of that person. Now, before the trip, before coming out on the outbound flight, I actually brought a fellow Twitch partner in as a +1 to the United Club because I have the ability to do that too. I just posted on the Twitch partner Discord, and somebody's like, "Yep, I'm in O'Hare right now." I'm like, "Come find me. We'll get you in. Beer, drinks, food, Wi-Fi, clean bathrooms." So we got him in. He'd never been in a lounge before. So it's karma. I told my wife that. It's karma, right? Like, no dirty water for me. No. Okay. So continuing the story. So I took that into the Sapphire Lounge, found it in a corner. People give me weird looks. Get to the gate. Agents are there. The gate agent is there. I go up to her. I say, "Hey, so the lady at check-in said, talk to you guys because I've got a conundrum." I said, "I've got this poster board. I want to bring it home, but I'm really concerned about bringing it down and checking it underneath, right?" So she calls her supervisor because she's like, "I don't know about this." So she calls the supervisor. Supervisor comes out. Supervisor takes a look at it, says, "Well, I don't think we can fit it because it's a 737-800, but it's one of the retrofitted ones." Thank you, Electric. And but she said, "I'll go and talk to the flight attendants anyway." So she waves her magic wand and goes down the ramp, or whatever, the jetway, goes into the plane, talks to the flight attendants, comes back out. Now I'm talking to the lady. She said, "If it doesn't work up in the cabin, we can check it, right? We can check it, but the question is, where does," she said, "what they would do with it is they would try to find like an empty container, like the empty baggage containers that they have, right? And just have it go by itself in one of those." She said the problem is twofold. One is you don't know if the people at O'Hare are going to know to look for it. And two, you don't know if the people at O'Hare are going to treat it well. "What's up, Cremoa?" So I said, so, the thing was, we were both 100% on board with, hey, let's bring this on the plane if we can. And the way I explained it to the gate agent was, this has no dollar value, right? I didn't pay any money on this at all, at all. So it would suck for it to be broken or gone, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world. The way I described it to her is I said, if this makes it, there will be stories of this for years to come. I said, if it doesn't make it, it will still be a story, but it only happened once. So it's a collectible, exactly. So she understood. She understood. So the lady told me, we were going back, we were talking for a while, and they were so nice. They were so nice. And they like, when they looked up and they saw that I was flying first class, they treated me even better, which is why I think if I was just regular economy seat, economy plus, even though I'm a United Silver member, which, you know, they usually, if you're a status member, they try to treat you nicely. But I think when they saw that I was flying in first class, they were like, oh, we need to really do well by him, which is nice of them, but they don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, they should be that nice anyways. And United is great people. I've never had a problem with United. Never had a problem with United. So I wanted to put that out there just so you guys understand. Never had a problem with United. And I was honest with him, exactly, and forthcoming. And I didn't, like I told my wife earlier tonight, I said, I didn't push him. I didn't say, I know exactly where this can go. I didn't. I just said, hey, you know what? Here's my problem. Can we solve it together? Because, you know, a lot of times when you need something to get done, that's how you have to approach people. You don't just go up to them and say, I have a problem. Here's your solution. You got to kind of help them get to that solution. You know what I mean? That way they come with you on that journey from problem to the solution. So, what the gate agent said is, don't lie, absolutely. And so what the gate agent says is, you're going to board first. She said, you're already first class anyway, so you're group 1. She said, you're going to board first. When we call for people that need, you know, extra assistance or whatever, you know, pre-board, you're going to go first. And so I just stood there and chatted up with some guys behind me. And the lady starts calling, and she looks directly in my eyes and said, any customers who need extra time to get on the plane? And she started, like, you could tell she was trying not to laugh, you know, when she was saying it. I just walked right up to her, bam, here's my boarding pass. Bam, I go on the plane. You, sir, people just like you. People don't like to accept solutions. That's exactly totally average. Exactly. You got to let them get there. Limp when you board. No, everybody saw the posters. I'm pretty sure they knew why. So I go on there and they look at the flight attendants in first class, look at it. They're like, yeah, this is going to fit in our coat closet. I know some of you guys said coat closet, right? Now, the area that I thought would work, and I mentioned it to him, like, hey, this is a possibility, was, you know, the area right behind first class, there's a bulkhead. And in some planes, the bulkhead goes all the way down to the bottom, and it's like, it's hard. So that's a perfect place to put it, right? And they said, well, it's not secured, so it could come flying out or something like that. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's super light. It's not going to, like, this isn't going to go through somebody's eye or something. I mean, pilots are not going to put it on their lap. Can you guys imagine this mental image of freaking claptrap flying the plane? Like the pilot doing this? How stupid would that be? Anyway, I'm tired. So anyway, so they, the flight attendant said, okay, well, let's go all the way to the back. And let's check the last row. Island Cat, I think you said it. And that was the exact answer, was you have to go right in the last row of seats. There's a curve in the bulkhead, the last row of seats right in front of the lav. And so they're like, maybe you can put it in there. So I went and I shoved it a little bit, and it kind of like bent a little bit and snapped right and fell right into place. And done. We got this, baby. We got this. Well, it's kind of flat, but it's got a curve to it. So, like, there's this little spot where, like, you kind of have to, like, pivot, like, you know, like Ross from Friends. But you actually have to push it, and you have to bend the foam a little bit. So it has to bend a little bit, and then it snaps in down there. Oh, goodness. Electric, thank you for the sub, man. What a great story. And how, right? I know, seriously. I'm not done with the story, though, Seven. There's more. These guys weren't done with me. So I'm in first class. I'm in seat 1A, right? The flight attendants in the back. But wait, there's more. The flight attendants are in the back are like, yeah, just come on up and grab the posters when you know, when you guys get there, when we land. So that's fine, no problem. They're like, where are you? I'm like, I'm in 1A. They're like, okay, so you're on the exact complete opposite of the plane. I mean, only the pilots and a couple of the flight attendants sit farther forward than you, right? I said, no worries. I don't care. I will gladly just take a nap while everybody deplanes. Because, you know, it's going to take a half hour, 45 minutes for everybody to get off the plane. I don't care. I mean, it's going to be 4:30 a.m. I'm not in a hurry, right? You're going to tell them that you're my cousin when you fly. Electric, thank you again for the Twitch Prime sub, man. So, Jesus. We're coming up for landing. And the purser comes up to me and she says, sir, you know, I know you got the posters back there. He said, we don't want you to have to wait until everybody deplanes. We want you to be able to get out of here right away. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the posters out from the back. We're going to wrap them up in towels and we're going to just set them in the lav at the front. And as soon as we, you know, when we secure the lav for landing, we'll just put it in there. And then, we landed, we got to the gate, and I was, here you go, sir. Here's your posters. Everyone's like, who is this guy? They treated me like a prince, Evan. They treated me like a prince. I didn't expect that. I didn't want that. Just leave it. I'll go get it. Actually, I wanted to take a picture of it when the lights were up, because the lights were pretty dim when I got on the plane. I wanted to take a picture with it, but I'm not going to ask him to go put it back. But, you know, they go and they bring it up, and I'm like, you guys are amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing, you know? That's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. One time he got a seat in 1B, was able to enjoy being the first off the first and only time. Otherwise, in the back, yeah, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. United's getting, and it's well-deserved good hype, if you ask me. It's well-deserved good hype. I'm planning on doing some tweets about this at some point, which nobody will see. Typically airlines are very nice to you, just don't lie. Yeah. And fly first class, apparently. So Thread knows this because I was talking with him. I got off the plane at about like 4:30 a.m. or something like that. That's right. 1,000 people will see as of Saturday. That's right, 7. So I get off the plane. Dude, it's like nobody's freaking there. The airport was so sleepy. So of course I had to take some pictures. Give me a sec. Let me find some. I posted them in the Discord as well. I posted them in the Discord as well, but it was crazy. You get out of the gate and then you look out from the gate and there's like nobody, you know what I mean? There's like just nobody there at all. And it was just eerie as all F, you know? You're just looking down there. Come on, you stupid picture. Load. Look. Like, nobody's there. Once I was flying and someone had the same seat number as you had, he had stood by quietly while the other person was grumpy. And then you got awarded by pushing you in first class. Let's go, Island. Nice. That happened to my wife. She had the exact same name as somebody else. First name, last name, and middle initial. So they had put them both in the same place. And everybody was like, oh my God, it was crazy. And of course, my reaction was, I just found out I had 2 wives. Nobody laughed. I don't know why they didn't laugh. I felt bad. Oh well. Is this a new picture? Yeah. Look at this, 7. Look at this. When have you ever seen the United, like, gee, let me check in on my flight. Let's see. What was my number? Star Alliance. Right? Right? Yeah, they're real pictures. What did you think I did? Just like fake it somehow? What do you think? I'd go to like AI and like same number as my posters, right? Seriously. Yeah, the white rectangle. So they've changed completely like the font and the display. I don't know when they implemented this, but it's pretty recent. You see how it looks? KIA, hey. Let's go, KIA. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Let me drop this for a second here. There's Stevie and Prue welcoming you guys all in on the raid there. Unfortunately, both have passed, but they are still with us. At least their ashes, mementos, all that good stuff are still here with us in spirit. So they all greeting you guys in for the raid. Thank you very much. What's up, Right Hand Doom? Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Lord Zath, the North American video contributor for World of Warships. We are currently debriefing TwitchCon. I'm telling stories. I hope you guys are okay with hanging out and learning stories, because that's what we are doing right here. Shanghai 6. Dude, did I take a picture with you? Shanghai is the head of Stack Up. Whoa, there's two? What the? Huh? Captain Richard! Whoa! What is this? Captain Richard with the raid 2. My goodness, thank you guys. It's story time with Uncle Zath. That's right. You came in with the cap, right? You came in with the cap. Yeah, so again, I'm Lord Zath. I stream World of Warships. For those of you guys who know Stack Up, Stack Up, of course, I used to work for them. And I am still very much involved with them. As a matter of fact, in a couple of weekends, I get to go see Shanghai 6 again and several of the Stack Up folk for Call to Arms Live. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You can see the link there. Learn more about Stack Up and the campaign and all that. Guys, when you follow, you give Stevie bacon. So thank you very much for the follows. And when we do raids, I need to eat out codes. We just had 2 raids, so we're going to eat out 2 codes. I have to do them one at a time. You have 10 minutes to enter the giveaway.
Go to twitch.tv/Lord_ZADH, follow, and write something in chat.
There you go. Be a follower, active in chat. It's for a community contributor container, guys. All right. Captain Richard, we met at TwitchCon. That's right, we did, didn't we? I apologize. There's so many names. There's so many people out there that I met, and we've been talking about TwitchCon all night. We've been going for 2 hours. Chat, should I show them? Should I show them? Should I show them what we brought from United? Let's recap the last 30 minutes. United Airlines isn't that stinky right now. You guys want to see what I brought home? What United helped me bring home? Here, let me show you. I brought home 2 of these. 2 of these. White boxes. They're only white on one side. On the other side, Borderlands 4, the Vault Network, Creator IRL Meetup. Let's go! Trap. One of the mixers, one of the parties that we went to. TwitchCon. I got 2 of them. And we've been telling this story for the past 30 minutes of how United helped get me home with those all in one piece. The nicest of people. By the way, I'm technically not done with that story yet, because guess what? After I went around, we were talking about the airport right now, because I got in at 4:30 a.m. and United Club isn't open yet. So of course I'm wandering around the airport because I can, right? TSA, I don't have to worry about that at United because I'm already through the secure zone. So as long as I don't leave the secure zone, I'm fine. And by the way, if I leave the secure zone, I'm screwed because I do not have a same-day boarding pass. I can't get back in. So I didn't leave. I stayed, right? And you know where I went? Guys, how many of you here are World War II history fans? Everybody raise your hand, for God's sakes. The bars weren't open. Nothing was opened. Nothing was opened. The doors were all down, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I went and saw the Wildcat. You guys know this exists, right? At O'Hare? There's an actual Wildcat on display. Yeah. For Butch O'Hare. So I went and I checked out the Wildcat, and I posted all the pictures in my Discord. I was actually talking with Fred while I was walking around the airport at 4:30 in the morning. Oh, commercial break, of course. I will pause for a moment. And drink some water. Y'all don't mind. Oh, goodness. In O'Hare, yes. There's a air museum at Love Field, not connected to the concourse. Yeah, that's in Dallas, right? This is, you guys, this is right between Terminal 1 and 2, on the Terminal 1 side. So it's pretty easy to get in here and to go see stuff. So, yeah. Yep. National Air Museum in Dulles, Virginia is by far, yes, it is. Both of them, right? Because they have two of them. Oh no, I'm thinking of Smithsonian. I haven't been to the national one. Promo says usually just take a military hop to places I want to go. Yeah, I'm not military, so I can't do that. But thank you for your service, my friend. What else can I show you guys? Oh, you know what I found funny? You know what I found funny? I'm not a big fan of talking politics. I'm not a fan of politics in general. But I thought, when I saw this, I thought it was pretty damn funny. Just a veteran. Hey, you know, a veteran is a veteran is a veteran, my friend. Check this out. This is a sign about, you know, a little bit of information about Butch O'Hare, right? Take a look at this. City of Chicago, Rahm Emanuel mayor. He ain't the mayor anymore. This is one thing I really hate in Chicago politics, man. They throw their name on everything, anything and everything. You walk through O'Hare and you freaking listen to the mayor welcome you to the city of Chicago while you're taking a piss. And it's like, I really don't want to hear your voice right now. But it is what it is. So I just thought that was funny running into that, you know, and seeing that. Whatever. It's worse in Naperville? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, so they've got a full size Wildcat, and you can walk all around it, which I thought was really cool. Like I said, there's more pictures in my Discord. I think I just posted in the general channel. But look at how close I got to that tail hook. Everywhere is a little special. Exactly. You think Midway has a Dauntless? I think you're right. Real Durans, we're talking about TwitchCon and coming home. I thought you would get a kick out of that 1-7. But yeah, it was so empty. Right? Trying to remember, didn't the wild? Yes, it had 60-50 cal, 3 and 3 on the wings. Yeah, that was kind of like the standard armament for American fighters, like during most of the war, if I remember right. Naval, you know, at least the carrier-borne fighters. But here's the corridor going from Terminal 1 to 2. Freaking nobody's there. It's crazy. So I gotta wait. I gotta wait, right? And because the United Club opens at 5, it's not yet 5, and I'm sitting there, and there's a line forming to get into the club, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I'll just go off to the side, and I'm curious. I don't have a same-day ticket anymore, right? Because my flight technically was yesterday. It landed today, but my flight was yesterday because I was a red-eye. So I'm like, do they allow me to go in the United Club without the same-day ticket? So let's see. After a red-eye flight, do not have a same-day connection. You will not be able to access the United Club after your red-eye flight if it's your final destination. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, look at the time. It's 4:53 a.m. 4:53 a.m. and I saw that. I'm like, oh my God, no, I can't do this. So I thought, well, it's 4:53, 7 minutes. I'll just try again. I'll try anyway. So I waited for everybody else to clear out because I thought, well, maybe I can schmooze the person, you know, get him to let me in, you know. I've been pretty lucky with United so far today, right? Or yesterday. Yeah, you remember this, right? So I said a few words. And then I went up to there and they, you know, scan your boarding pass and boom, I'm in. They just let me in. I went down later and I talked to them and I said, look, I'm not here to correct you and say, you know, you shouldn't let me in. But how did I get in? And call the CEO and request an exemption. There you go. How to get in. And the lady said, well, the rule is actually 24 hours, within 24 hours. But they don't really publish that because it can lead to trouble. So they basically just say, if you have got a connection, you're fine. And I told her, I said, the reason I'm asking is because sometimes people, yes, that's very true. I actually got into, I got into the Lufthansa lounge in Munich because I was nice to somebody. That was the CC Summit last year. Raptor didn't get in because he didn't try. I tried. He's texting me like, where are you? I sent him a picture from the bar and I'm drinking Japanese whiskey. And he's like, you motherfucker. Oh God. Yes, that's right. And don't forget, I still have this big poster board with me, plus 2 backpacks. And so yeah, so she told me that, and that was important because, you know, if I do a red eye again for TwitchCon or anything else, right? Like I could easily go to Milwaukee and have my wife come pick me up, right? So I connect out of O'Hare to Milwaukee, and boom, now I can go to the club. So I hang out in the club for a couple hours, and time to go get the train. So I go downstairs to the baggage. There's only 2 bags there. The baggage claim, mine. I know, right? Seriously, Japanese whiskey duckman, yeah. United is one of the few places, one of the few clubs that allow for lounge access on arrival, which means when you get there, you can go and scan your boarding pass and go in, have a drink, use the bathroom, eat, whatever you want to do. Most lounge networks, including Priority Pass, will not allow this. You can only get the lounge on departure, not arrival. Of course, if you have a connection, that's a little bit different, right? Because you have another departure coming up. But if it's your final destination airport, DTFO, they won't let you stay. But United does. And what they do, and they're so nice for this, what they do is they allow you, they will take your bags off of the carousel, and at least at O'Hare, they will lock them up. At other airports, they will take them and move them to another area. But because O'Hare is like the big home base for United, they actually have these huge big rows of cabinets that they can put stuff inside. But what they typically do is they put a kind of like a bike lock going around. And they lock it up, and so you can go up there knowing that your bag is secure, pretty much, right? Because nobody picks up your bag, and then they will lock it for you, and then they will check your ID to make sure you are who you say you are before you can pick up your bag, which is really nice of them to do. At San Diego, they did the same thing. They held it for me. So before TwitchCon, I went to go to the United Club, went down there. Phoenix, when visiting my dad, my wife and I did United Club, and they did the same thing. So I guess I'm shilling for United now. Maybe I have to like reach out to them and ask if they, you know, do anything for Twitch partners. I'm Lord Zathan. This is my favorite airline, but it is pretty swank. But you pay for it. You know, I've got the United Club card. It's like $700 a year. It's a lot of money, but I can bring myself and my wife in, and the free check bags and blah blah blah, other things, benefits and stuff. Right? There's like an ambassador plan. Talk to Delta. Thread. Delta's unfortunately for United, for Chicago, Delta's not the greatest because they don't really have any direct flights. It's only to hubs and then ultimately someplace else. And to fly out of Delta at O'Hare, it's through Terminal 5. Terminal 5. Now the Delta Lounge is nice, but yeah. United's your favorite too. You have very few bad interactions, and I saw KIA said as well for him. United. You fly Delta? I mean, it makes sense if you're in, you know, if you're in Atlanta area or something like that, or near, you know, Minneapolis is another one, Salt Lake City, right? If you're at one of those Delta hubs, then sure, it makes sense. You fly Delta. That's why I fly United, because, you know, you fly the broke as F airlines, and then you tell all the stories later. Oh, Island Cat won. Hey, congratulations. I won't share the rest, but yeah, Island, I completely get you there. You try for Alaskan or Hawaiian. Dude, go. See you 7, but thank you for hanging out. Now, we've been talking stories, and I still didn't tell you guys the best story. I didn't tell you the best story. Totally, you had asked, what's my best experience at TwitchCon? I told you one of them, right? When I was recording a video with Robitech, right? The PC stuff. But the other part, the other story has to go with this. Good night there, Wolfie. Frontier, we did our best. Exactly. That's what Frontier does. The other story has to do with this. Because at the Vault Network, one of the things that I do, and I tweeted about this in 7, you mentioned this, you said, good on you, Zath. I remember you said that. I think I saw you say that. I don't like the BS. I'll use this as an example, where when you're at TwitchCon, people look at you, they look at your badge immediately, and then based off of what it says here, they decide if they're going to talk to you or not. I think that's pretty stupid. I think that's terrible, because there are plenty of affiliates that are good people, and there are plenty of partners who are not good people. So I chat up anybody at these events. And the one thing that's really cool about the Vault Network is that they don't care how big your channel is. If you're cool and you vibe with them, they'll let you in the program. So these guys got in the program, and some people, they don't even have 1,000 followers. and they got into the program. You know, let's talk. Let's chat them up. So I started chatting up these people, and they were a couple affiliates. One was an affiliate that was like their best friend and stuff like that. And we were just having a good time. We were vibing, good stuff. And I'm a partner. They're affiliates. They want to become partner. So, you know, they're picking my brain, right? Like, what's up with how do I get this? What kind of things can I do? That sort of thing. So I was just kind of giving them suggestions, and I talked to them about doing things like these are the two guys here. Talk to them about things like, you know, finding ways to stand out, right? So people know who you are. 50 camos. There you go, Island. Lol. Sorry. But so people can learn, like, teach how to doogie. There you go. Bad jokes. I'll tell you what, I really think my brain's been being picked for the past couple days. Like the Voyager episode where they're doing experiments on people live. Oh my God. Like Janeway had the stuff being screwed into her temples. I really feel like that. So, you know, you go to this and I met other people beyond these two, right? I was talking to them and stuff, and they're like, how do you get people to know you and stuff, right? So, you know, I was talking to them and I said, do you remember when we took our group picture? Because we took a whole big group picture. I don't think I have that. I don't know. I'll see if I can find it. But, you know, we took a big group picture. This guy in the middle here, this is Josh from 2K. Awesome dude. Isn't it a great shirt, Duckman? Yeah, the Fabletics, by the way. Here, Fabletics. Hashtag sponsored. Anyway, he's an awesome guy, right? He's just awesome dude. And, you know, we talked to him about stuff, and he's like, reach out to me later. Let's do, you know, let's talk. And I'm like, all right, I want to make sure that he remembers me, right? So when we went to go take our group picture, you notice that, like, there's all this stuff down here. He starts clearing stuff away. And everybody else is just, yeah, it is a biggie. 2K does Borderlands, right? So, you know, he's clearing away furniture and stuff. And everybody else is just like standing there waiting to take the group picture. So I jump out and I start helping him move furniture, right? And and this guy especially, he's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm making sure that he remembers me, right? I'm making sure that we make a memorable, like, I you know, rolled up my sleeves and helped you get stuff done, right? As opposed to just standing there and watching, right? Grand Theft Auto. Oh, that's right. Did they? Okay. Good to know. They also do Civilization, by the way. So like, you know, he's like, dude, I am learning so much from you. And, we just vibe. You know, when you're vibing with somebody, you're having a good time, just hanging out, you know, who has to think about that? Everybody does. You know, if you're making connections with people, how many people is Josh from 2K going to meet over the course of a day, over the course of the weekend, right? How many emails is he going to get already? How many emails is he going to get this week? Is he going to remember me because I helped him? I don't know, maybe. Is he going to remember me because I gave him a really big bear hug and he commented on it? Maybe. This guy's like, Zath, I know exactly what you did there. I'm like, yeah, that's right, bitch. So, you know, we just vibed. We had a good time. And, you know, like, I came downstairs. I don't know if I have it or no, I don't. We came downstairs. Yeah, it's always good, Aldeus, right? Make connections. He'll remember me because of the shirt. Maybe not. I don't know. I hugged a lot of people, Thread. I hugged a lot of people. Anybody who was cool with it, damn, get over here. And I give good hugs, man. I give good hugs, you know? So anyway, unless they're like, you know, like some people, it's like the lean in hug. If it's a lean in hug, then I'll lean in, hug back, and I like barely make contact because, you know, that's no, I don't want to make it uncomfortable, Ki. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm trying not to make it uncomfortable. So another story, right after this picture, there's 3 ladies that asked for me to take their picture with the camera. So I said, sure. So they gave me the phone. I immediately turn it around to selfie mode and snap a picture of myself and this guy. He goes, Zath, did you just take a picture of us? I'm like, yes. Why did you do that? And I'm like, because if I don't tell them, they might not look at the pictures later and they'll see it and they're like, who the hell was this? Oh yeah, he's the guy that took the picture. Right? Or they might see it and they'll just burst out laughing because I took a selfie anyways. It's a harmless thing. And the worst case scenario, they just delete the picture. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever, come on. It's not like you're paying by the picture these days. These aren't Polaroid pictures. You know what I mean? Right? So why not? Right? You want to make it uncomfortable. I don't know about that, but yeah. When I meet Lord Zath, I'd want to do a face-off like Mortal Kombat 3, then hug it out. Let's do that. Yeah. I learned that trick thread actually on a tour in Europe. I had a guy take, our tour guide, here, take a picture of us. And then we were looking at the camera later, like the next day, we're like, that motherfucker, you know what I mean? But you know what? We remember him because of that. Right? So it's fun. So I did that and took some pictures. They love the pictures. And I told them the story that I always tell my wife when we go on like group trips and stuff, always tells people that I'm a really good photographer. So then I get to become their personal biatch going around taking pictures of them all the damn time. You've never met my friend Lord Zath. I don't even know him by name, but we've been hanging out for years. Damn right, dude. Damn right. So anyway, so this guy's like, dude, I'm going to remember you. And he's like, by the way, funny story. This guy here, that's Megabits. He is my 1,000th Twitter follower. He told me, he's like, Zath, do you know you're at 1,000? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, I just became 1,000. I'm like, dude, get over here. We hugged it, So we're leaving. We're leaving the party right at the end there. And I go downstairs and I'm chatting up with a couple of the other people from the game side group. We go downstairs and there these two guys are. And what they did was they offered to help the people from game site take their stuff back to their hotel. And I'm like, proud dad moment, right? You're learning, young Padawan. You're learning. Like he's already figuring it out. Let's go. So I said, I'll come with you guys if you want. And it was at that moment. Thank you, Forrester. Please. Yes. Shout him out. Damn right. Damn right. It was that moment. It was at that moment that I went and I said, hey, can I get a picture of this? That hand, that's one of the people from the game site group. She's actually the one that ordered this because they have to pay for this, right? And they found a printing company. They designed it and sent it and had it printed. So she said, here you go. And she's like, we're just throwing these out anyways. And I said, oh, no, you're not throwing them out. I said, I'll take them. You're going to throw them out. She's like, okay. So I hung out with them and walked around for several blocks with these damn posters. We get to their hotel. They leave us. We give them their stuff. And I go back to those guys. I said, what are you guys doing tonight? All right, don't throw them out. Absolutely. I said, what are you guys doing tonight? And they said, well, we're probably going to go find something to eat. And then we're just going to go to bed. I said, no, you're not. And what are you talking about? I said, you're coming to a party with me. And they're like, all right, let's see where this goes. So we're walking. By the way, the block party is on, and these guys didn't buy tickets for the block party, so they got no idea what to do. Okay, and I didn't buy tickets for it either because I did that last year, and that was kind of lame. So I'm like, screw you guys, I'm not doing it again. So we're walking around the block party, and I literally have these two Borderlands posters like sideways hanging down my arm, right? And everybody's like, yeah, Borderlands, like all that good stuff. And like just. We're walking around like all these people, like just all over the place, and like look how packed that is. That's right outside the main entrance to the block party. We had to go around the block party. They were setting up. They hadn't opened it yet, and so security wouldn't let us go through. I said, all I want to do is just get through and get out. You didn't know it got to this point. Oh, dude, there's so much story. But when you're tweeting stuff out, you can't. You can't put it all over there, right? You know what I mean? You just can't. By the way, the people who followed earlier, Ironheart FU, Squiggly Mama, thank you very much for the follow as well. SSV, thank you, 86, and Dewback51, thank you too. I forgot to thank you guys for the follows. I do appreciate that. I also need to, I believe, yeet out another code because we had 2 raids, so we're gonna yeet out another code.
Follow and write something in chat.
Okay, and we're gonna pause for a commercial break, and that's good because I need to drink some water. Okay. Indeed. Thanks, Raiders. Indeed. There you go, Cutthroat. Let's go. Only 19 days left for the next code, right? Right? King or North? Hey, yes, I did have a lot of fun. Counteracts, quick use picture in picture. What do we do with the drunken sailor? Right? Okay. We're coming up. What am I wondering? I'm getting warm. I have the windows open. It's like 30 degrees out. I'm getting warm in here. Love to go to some of these cons, but crowds and noise are too much for you these days. It's tough, Island. It is definitely tough. Oh, for those of you guys that are new, we're going through the commercials here. I'll put that up. Yeah. See, no one tells you how to do any networking. Exactly, totally. Exactly. You showed up with literally nothing. People were like, you should have brought business. Oh, yeah. Totally. No, don't do that. I mean, you can. You can. Here's mine. On my card? You can. But you met me, right? You know what I do. You know what I do. QR code. Right? QR code. QR code. Then people just scan you. Bam, done. I tell them, I'll follow you back, don't worry. You know, when I get back on my PC or whatever, get to the Twitch dashboard thing, follow you back. It's easy. So much quicker and easier to do that than to worry about, you know, trying to find you and stuff. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, totally. Here's the problem. You give somebody the card, what are they going to do with this card? How many cards do you have, totally, from the con? Sir, be honest right now. How many cards do you have? You probably have like 50 of those cards. Okay? Nobody gives a shit about these cards. They're going to look at it and they're going to throw them away unless they can remember who you are. Exactly. They're going to throw it in the trash. So you don't do that. Don't do that. You give them one of these. Here, pull out your phone. Bam, scan that. Go to my Twitch, follow. Bam, done. I'll follow you back. You got to make it easy for people. Probably 15. To pick someone posted in Discord. No, which Discord? Mine? Anyway. And you guys were talking about the beanie. Well, I'm not cold, but maybe put the beanie over. Sup? Anyway. Yeah. That was electric. So.
Go to twitch.tv.
Oh, for God's sakes! Hold on a sec.
And write something in chat.
Hold on a sec. I gotta apologize. I need to turn off my streamer bot and start it back up again. Otherwise, it might give out the same code twice. Yeah, I did ask for that screenshot. I did. Because I want to share that with the Vault Network people and be like, hey guys, I made it home. We did it on stream today. Okay, I'm going to start up the giveaway again. So just be ready to type something, okay?
Giveaway up.
There we go.
Go to twitch.tv/Lord_Z80.
Okay.
Follow and write something in chat.
So those of you guys that entered the giveaway a moment ago, you need to re-enter. What did I do again? So because I have my bot set to automatically just randomly, you know, yeet out a code like this. But then I manually ran one because I had 2 raids. I manually ran 2. But the problem with my bot, we discovered, is that if multiple giveaways happen at the same time, then the bot likes to send out the exact same code. It just has this kind of an issue with it. And because there's a 10-minute period of time for people to enter the giveaway, unfortunately, it can happen where somebody ends up with the same code a lot. And it's just a pain in the butt going back and forth versus just redoing. You know what I'm saying? So sorry for the inconvenience. If you entered earlier, it's always a good reminder anyway. Just enter again. And in general, if you don't want to think about it, every 15 minutes, about 15 minutes, just type something in chat, like the letter A, and hit enter. I don't care. Okay. It also helps Twitch know that you're human and I'm not view botting, which is nice too. Okay, so yeah, no, you're fine. Bad jokes, you're fine. The letter A. So we passed all this, and we go to this place. Now, totally awesome gaming. You were totally average. Sorry, you were saying nobody taught you this, which is exactly right. So I told these two affiliate friends, I said, I'm going to teach you the real con. I'm going to teach you the real con. If any of you guys are also here and you're just lurking and you're planning on going to TwitchCon in the future, listen carefully. Listen carefully. You're going to... Oh, totally awesome gave you totally average. Got it. Well, now you can be totally awesome. Seems as my last round's teammate reliably informed me that I am in fact a bot. Haha, nice. That's weird. I'm gonna type a name, and he's also on Twitch, so I'll just do it like that. I'll shout him out. He deserves a shout out anyway. I think is it like that? Yes. Go follow Zach Bussey if you are a Twitch streamer and want to learn more about the industry and grow, look for opportunities, stuff. He's got a weekly newsletter he puts out. I got in on the Vault Network because of his weekly newsletter. I just saw the link. I said, sure, what the hell? I filled out the form. Boom. I'm in the Vault Network. Okay. That's how you find a lot of the parties and mixers for TwitchCon. So I told him that. I told him about that. I said, you guys, it's too late for you guys to do all this, but next time, do this. I said, we're going to go to a party. I said, I'm going to tell you this. There's no guarantee I'm going to get you inside. Yes, he's on X. Exactly. That's where you follow him, really, is Twitter. But I just shouted him out, and I'm sure you can find the link to his Twitter from there. He does stream and he talks through stuff, and it's good to listen and talk to him too. And he does kind of interact with you if you've got a question about like stats, numbers, and stuff. He kind of gives you his take on it. He's a Canadian, which means he's a really nice guy. So I told these affiliates of mine here, these newbies, the guys still wet behind their ears. If you come with me, if you want to live, I will take you to a party. No guarantees you're going to get in. Might strike out. Might get in. I don't know, but you don't know until you try. So we went to the NCS party. I can't remember the full name off the top of my head. But we went to this party. They were releasing a game called, what was it? Limit Zero something. It's like an RPG, like a anime JRPG kind of thing. And so we're walking there that way, NC Software, something like that. So we're walking to this party, and I told them, I said, okay, so this is what you need to do, because you guys don't know who these guys are, and they don't know who you are, right? You need to look them up right now. Pull out your phone, look them up, find out what games they make. And so they're looking up, and one of them goes, oh, hey, Guild Wars. I play Guild Wars. Yes, you're in. So I said, when you go and see them, you tell them, I play Guild Wars. How many years, blah, blah, you love the game. You know, you got to schmooze them, right? He says, okay. It's like, how do you know all this stuff? I'm like, I'm old. So, right, Wikipedia nerds. So we go up there. I check in because I'm confirmed on the list. And I said, just so you know, I've got two friends. These are affiliates. They're really cool guys. They'd like to join if possible, if they got room. They're very nice people. And, hey, I'll introduce you to them. And so they came up and they said hi and stuff like that. This is actually supposed to be for hangovers, Flint. It's like a compression thing for your head so that it helps your, whatever. I don't know. I just wore it because I thought it'd be fun. It says be right back. You're supposed to wear it down here. So anyways, so I, they came up, they chatted with the guy, and the guy said, yeah, you guys can come on in, no problem. Just fill out the form. And they were like, dude, we got in. Oh my God. And they were so excited because, of course, you go to these parties, there's alcohol, there's food, there's activities, and there's people that you can meet. Okay. And when you go to these events, you want to meet people. You don't go to these events to just screw around. You're wasting a lot of money if that's the case. If you're a Twitch streamer, right? You go to these events because you want to meet people and all that kind of stuff. Or, in my case, you don't do that. Give me a second. Let me show you. In my case, you play darts. I was so proud of this because with zero trading whatsoever, I hit a bullseye. This was my first shot. This was my second shot. My third one, they're like, we have never seen anybody manage to get it stuck in the frame before. And then there's the one up in the corner. So, the other guys they're going to the bathroom and they're getting drinks. And here I am doing this, and they walk back up and they're like, what the hell did you do? I'm like, they have axe throwing and darts, so gotta go do it. Gotta go do the thing. They were really cool. They let me put the posters off to the side in my bag and stuff. And all I went, look at all the hat shadows. That's kind of fun. And I went out and I did, and then we did our thing. We networked with people. I had fun. I met one of their community managers. And she had this like squid hat, and I'm like, all right, I like you. I'm taking a picture with you. Again, networking, right? Just whatever. So glad you're beyond having a network. I don't have to network either, but it helps. It helps. I was serious when I said on my Discord while I was on the plane, this is a 24/7 job. This is a ton of work. This is not easy. Absolutely not easy at all. So I hang out. I'm walking with them. We said, let's go outside for a sec because it's getting warm. We go outside. And I run into her. Now, this is a friend of mine. And I can't remember her exact handle. So just give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to see somebody like, yeah, a lot going on Twitter, as you guys can imagine lately. Here we go. Ari. Okay, here it is. All right, I want to shout her out properly, and so I want to make sure I got her name right here. Did that work? Probably not. Here. Got it. I met last year at just a random rooftop mixer. Like, just come here and hang out if you need an escape, and that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. So I met her again. I ran into her a lot of times. She's so nice. I hang out on her streams. She says hi. She's the embodiment of what it should mean to be Twitch partner. You're happy to talk to people. You feel comfortable talking to them, and you're happy to talk to them about anything and everything for as long as necessary. They're not on a timer. They're just in the moment. And those are the people that you look for. Those are the ones that you vibe with, right? That's what matters most. So I see her. I want to take a picture. The other two guys are behind me. I take my picture with her. I say hi, and I said, I'm here with a couple affiliate friends. And I motion to them. And Mullet Man, I don't remember his name off the top of my head because I'm tired. He goes to me. He says, hey, Seth, is that Pirate Gaming? Or not Pirate Gaming, sorry. Pirate Software. Is that Pirate Software? And I look at it and I'm like, I don't know, might be. I mean, I know who Pirate Software is, but I don't know, like, I know of him, I've seen his picture on cover pics on YouTube, right? I know he did something with Devin Nash. He did a YouTube video with him, right? So I look and I don't know. So I walk right up to him. I said, excuse me. I like butted into his conversation. Excuse me. Are you Pirate Software? He's like, yeah, that's Pirate Software right there. Right? He's like, yeah, I'm Pirate Software. I'm like, I have a friend that I just made tonight that would love to meet you because he's a huge YouTube guy. Hey, Thread, congratulations. He's a huge YouTube guy. So he'd love to meet you. Can you have a minute? He's like, oh yeah, I got time. So he sits there and chats up this guy for like 20 minutes. They're going back and forth. They're having good time, good conversation. They're following each other on Twitter and all that shit, like they're having the time of their life. And of course, I said, hey, I want to meet you too. I want to learn who you are because you sound like a cool dude. And so I learned about him and stuff, and we chatted a bit too. Nowhere near as in depth as my other friend because, hey, he knows the guy I don't, right? Like he's up with the content and all that. He's a very interesting person. He's very analytical, and he will sit and talk to you about anything and everything. You ask him a question, he will tell you. Like, for example, he's got a scar on his upper lip, and I asked him about that, and he told me exactly how he got that scar. And And so like what's cool about that is if I meet him again, I can say that. And now I've got that connection. You know what I mean? So yeah, so like in this random party that we went to because of this random thing called the Vault Network, where they just let anybody in that seems to vibe with them and they're pretty cool. Here we go. Right? I met Pirate Software, big name dude. That's cool. You know, I made a new friend, contact, acquaintance. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. You know, and I saw him again a couple times later, and I said hi and thanked him for being cool and all that kind of stuff. You know, so you just never know what's going to happen at a con. And if it wasn't for me taking, you know, I don't know what that means, Quest. But if it wasn't for me taking these two guys with these two affiliate friends, I never would have met him because I wouldn't have recognized him as Pirate Software. Because if you note, he's not wearing his name badge. The scar on the lip. Ah, okay. So you know about it. So you know, it's what's so cool about this story is not only did I help them, but they helped me. You know, and it was all like you guys know when I talk to people about my channel and stuff, I always say it's positivity and growth and good vibes, and that's what this was. That's what this was. So you know, we hung out there, we had drinks, they did giveaways. Nobody won anything, didn't matter. By the way, remember I told you guys about my little camera trick. Commander Redbeard, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Remember when I told you guys about that fun little, yeah, well, bastard learns quick. My scar and lip is from trying to kiss a German Shepherd when you were 5. Yeah, don't do that. Unless they know you real well. In the end, it all depends on personal decisions, does it not? Of course. It does. It does. And you just never know what you're going to do, who you're going to meet, and all that kind of stuff. From there, we went to the Capcom mixer. And same thing, I went up to him. And never heard of him or channel. I clicked, do not recommend again on. Oh, okay. Anyway, so we go to the Capcom mixer, and same thing. I tell him, I said, there's no guarantee you're going to get in. And I said, this is a big one. This is a big name. Like, everybody knows Capcom. NC Software, maybe not so much, right? But Capcom, they know. I said, you're probably not going to get in, but we can try. If I see a click, I get annoyed. Yeah, he does really, he's got a whole team. One thing I didn't know about Pirate Software, to go back to him for a second, what I didn't know about him, which is really interesting, and I got to respect him for this, I really do. So he blew up. He's been doing YouTube creator stuff for 8 years, just like kind of me. And he has his own business, of course, as he's grown. And he's got a whole bunch of employees, and he pays them a full salary with benefits, medical, dental, vision benefits. They get paid time off. They get vacation. They get holidays. All of that stuff. All the stuff that you would get in a corporate job, he does that for his employees. I don't know anybody in the streaming YouTube creator space, really, that does that. Maybe Mr. Beast would. But the other thing is, too, is that he pays them the same no matter where they live. So somebody who lives in a country where, it's really cheap, he still pays them the US dollar equivalent. So they make bank in those countries, right? You know what I mean? That's huge. That's really... So I don't care about his content. I respect the hell out of him just for that. And I didn't know that until I met him that night. I wouldn't have known otherwise. So, like I said, you just never know what's going to happen. This is starting to hurt my head. What? I know, right? Seriously. They get days off, and here I am still chatting with you guys. And thinking about having to go to work. God, I think it's Wednesday I go to work again. It better be Wednesday, not tomorrow. That's for sure. All right, commercial break. I'm going to pause for commercials again. Maybe because, yes, it pressed on here and here. Yeah. I asked for it. I did. I did indeed. What was that? Hydrate? All right, we'll do. We'll do. I'm just looking for the Vault Network Discord while the commercial's on. Here. Um, I know, right? You're supposed to be the reliever of headaches, not join them. You won't believe what the problem though, Electric, is they work. That's the reason why. You know? um yeah. They don't work on you. Well, that's fine, and they can be they could be the antithesis for you, Electric. That's perfectly fine, right? They can absolutely do that, and that's not a problem. All right, Realm. Thank you for the hydration reminder. I got you, fam. I got you, fam. Actually, what time is it? Okay. Spider Dad's doing fine. Thank you for asking. So I said, I think everybody's back from the commercial right about now. So I said, let's go to another party. They couldn't believe I said that. They couldn't believe I said that. Like they were like, because I said, are you ready for the next one? And they looked at me like, do you have another one to go to? Like, I got 2 more to go to, bitch. So that's Capcom. I don't know that we're gonna make it or not, or that you'll make it in or not, but I'm happy to, we can give it a try. Sadly, they didn't make it in. That's the place where, like I said, I went in with the sign, and the guy said, okay, but he turned it around. Rightfully so. You're at the Capcom mixer and you bring in a Borderlands 4 poster. GTFO. I thought he might kick me out, but he didn't. But you know who I met at the party? Which I didn't, I actually met him earlier that same day. And that would be this guy. Do parties start after each other? Is that going on all night and you skip around? I skip around. One hell of a picture. Yeah. One hell of a picture. You guys know who that is, right? That is Bendable Straws. Hey. Okay. Another person got a shout out right now. Let's go. There's Bendable Straws. Go follow him. I met Bendable. I met you on wasn't it Thursday or was it Friday? It was a breakfast. I mean, well, you meet so many people and all that and stuff like that. Jimbo, good night. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's right. You were with me in High Fire hanging out, and I can't remember the other nice gentleman, but yeah. So that was the partner breakfast on Saturday, which was that was the, let's see, this was on, what was the block party was Saturday, wasn't it? No, this was Friday. I get all the days mixed up now. I can't remember. This was Saturday. Yeah, block party Saturday. This was Saturday. So I started my day with you, and we're getting to the end of the day. This was the most epic day. So seriously, when people were asking like the highlights of the day, like this day specifically was my highlight because I'm hopefully going to be in a Robitech video on YouTube whenever he releases that. And that was a hell of a lot of fun at the PNY booth. And then I literally made 2 affiliates nights, taking them around to parties, They didn't get into Capcom, and so they decided to call it a night. Otherwise, I would have invited them to the last party. They didn't ask, so I didn't invite them. Shame on you if you're in here listening. But anyway, yeah, I met Dan twice. And on the same day. So I tweeted out and I said, he's a tall guy. He's got a bit of a wingspan, right? So the first time he took the selfie, this time I took the selfie. Let me see if I can find the first one. It was actually, he was coming out of the bathroom. Just randomly coming out of the bathroom, and I'm like, Dan! He's like, hi. I'm like, let's take a picture. He's like, Okay. And then I couldn't get it to work because I had my hand was all messed up, and here it is. And so he's like, "Here, let me take it for you." So he took it. So the joke on that is he has reach and I have flexibility. That's the joke on that one. Yeah, you can see why it was a highlight. Yeah, I mean, it just felt so good, you know. I even that night I even put together like this whole thing, like trying, you know, just about the night because it was so awesome. I'm like, I got to get this off my chest. I got to type it all up and put it all out there, you know, and all that stuff, and because just how awesome this whole thing was. And it you know what? It made my con. It made my con to know that I made other people's cons too. And for them, totally average, you're picking up on some tips from me too. I'm sure you might be thinking about these next year, right? When you're getting ready, like there's a lot involved in these. And so when I was typing in my Discord about how these cons, you're on 24/7. I mean, I barely slept. I got 21 hours of sleep if you count Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. I averaged what, 5 hours of sleep a night? Am I doing the math right? Yeah, just over 5 hours of sleep a night. So I'm dragging right now. I'm amazed I'm still awake. I slept a decent amount today, but you know, you have to, because you don't know if and when your next con will be. You don't know. So you got to put all your effort and time into it. You thought you were busy going to all the partner classes. It was helpful, but damn, see, that's the thing. My first time, like I said, I went to all those different classes, and then I ended up like realizing like some of the stuff that was really important, I did immediately. It was great. But there's a lot of stuff on my list from 3 years ago, 2022, that I haven't even looked at. Like I still have the email in my inbox sitting new just to remind me to do it. I just haven't had time, you know? So when it came to this TwitchCon, 2 weeks prior, I started looking at Zach Bussey's list of parties and mixtures. Any that were out there that were free, because again, my brand, I don't pay for things. So if I can help it. So I went down that list, and anything that I could pop in, I did. And then every 2 to 3 days, I kept checking. If you manage to sleep 12 hours in a row after a long lack of sleep, you should be fine. Biology says so. Good to know, bad jokes, because I intend to sleep tonight. Trust me. So yeah, so like every 2 or 3 days, I'm checking that. Yeah, Pirate told me a lot, and again, it's from his perspective, Flint, but I don't get involved on it. Dude, he told me so much about like what he's going through, and it was really nice. You know what he said? He said, if anybody, because he was talking to a bunch of us, he said, if any of you guys have the issues that I'm having, you let me know. Like he told me, he told me he was swatted 5 times already this year. He told me that he's bought a new house because of how bad it got, but that he also can't sell his old house because obviously whoever buy it next is going to get swatted, right? So like he's had to downsize his business. Remember I told you guys a minute ago how he was paying people salary, benefits, right? Medical, dental, all that kind of stuff, 401k. And he had all that stuff out there. He said he had to shrink his workforce down. He had to fire like 9 people from his group of 16, or I don't remember the exact numbers. And, you know, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's affected his business, but it's also affected the people that he was helping. And that to him, I could tell that really bothered him. But what can you do? You know, what can you do? Reruns about to pull. That's right. Over on the rerun channel, guys. I do have a second channel that's running 24/7, including while I was at TwitchCon. I was actually streaming technically from home while I was at TwitchCon because I have a second PC right over here. For those of you guys that are new, that for example, I met and hung out with like Bendable Straws a few moments ago, and totally awesome gamer. I'm going to call you awesome from now on because I can. yeah, so I do have another a giveaway is about to start up over on Rerun. It's the same process as here. Click the link there, follow, and then type something in chat, okay? And it's World of Warships codes, but again, if you want that, if you're looking for stuff, just go do that real quick. It's fine. So anyway, so preparation. So yeah, so for like the 2 weeks out, like every 2 or 3 days, I was checking. Yes, I did the giveaways twice today. Thank you, Drance. I'm doing a terrible job of selling my other channel. But yeah, it runs 24/7. Best of me, the best of my YouTube content is just constantly cycled through over on Twitch. Some people like it because they can play words on stream. Some people like it because it's just relaxing. They can hear the music, they can hear the sounds, and it's just kind of like a Warships ASMR. And you're not going to hear like a lot of swears and stuff that's NSFW or, like that sort of thing. So you can trust it. And some people like to get their drops, the World of Warships drops over there too. So, hey, if that's you, cool. If it's not you, that's fine too. So now, mind you, I'm still working, right? So I'm doing all of this list checking and stuff while I'm working, while I'm getting ready to go. This week, there was that one that was not SNFW, the Picard Jizz, yes, but that never made it. I don't believe that made it to the Rerun channel, but I could be wrong, Electric. I don't remember off the top of my head. So I took the entire week off, except for Monday. I worked Monday, and then I like a half day, and then Tuesday through I took off. So I packed on Tuesday. Took me the entire day to pack because I just slowly but surely grabbed things, set them aside, made sure I had them, whatever. And wife's like, why is it taking so long? And it's because I'm checking Zach Bussey's list. I'm getting all these emails like you're on the list, you're approved, or I'm going back and forth with people that I'm going to see. You're basically pre-networking, right? Wednesday for you, Wednesday was the first time I actually looked at the TwitchCon app. Wednesday, day before the event. And I went through it and I just picked out like 5 different things that I thought would look good. Total 5. Not 5 per day, 5 total. And what I did was I set it up so that I would have a half an hour to an hour of free time in between each one. Because I'm willing to bet you found out the hard way like I did the first time. You can't go to them all. And you run into this problem where you're like, okay, I want to go to this one, but I'm here and it's going to take me 5 minutes to get there. And it's going to take an extra 5 minutes because I don't know where the hell there is. And I got to look at a map and ask some help. And they don't know because they look on the, they look on the other stuff and blah, 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 blah. Right. So you get no free time. No, you don't. You don't. But the thing is that it says you've got free time. Find something to fill because the app wants you to fill it because the app wants you to go to these things, right? That's what they want you to do at TwitchCon, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But you got to be able to, kind of sort all that stuff out and figure out like, leave yourself time. Time to go to the partner lounge, time to go to the bathroom, time to refill your water, time to, go find somebody and connect with them and hang out, The partner ones were all 45 minutes apart because they were all in the lounge. Okay, those are the ones that you went to. But yeah, exactly. You missed talking with a lot of people because of that, right? You missed out on a networking opportunity. Look, you will never do everything at TwitchCon. No one has time, right? Exactly. You will never do everything at TwitchCon, so get over it. Go do what you can. And every moment is a blessing. Chat, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to tell me who the person standing next to me looks like. And while we're doing that, I can see if there's any other pictures I can share. A young puddin', no. Someone from the street, yes. That's a random guy that sat down next to me at breakfast on the last day. And I look up and I said, holy shit, you just look just like a certain friend of mine. And you better believe I tweeted that out. I said, I found Sea Raptor. Even though he's not here, I found a replacement Sea Raptor. I even opened Sea Raptor's channel and showed it to him. And he looks at it, he's like, yep, that's me. He's not a streamer, he's just a viewer. He came to hang out and meet up a whole bunch of VTubers that he watches and knows and stuff. And you know, I got to talk to him about the draw and stuff and what worked for him, you know. So that was really cool. That was really cool. A couple other people I want to show real quick. We are coming up on time, but I also want to kind of comment briefly, if I can, on the scandals and stuff that happened. Oh, dude, you used to watch Raptor Dwell submarine videos. That's a throwback. Submarine videos, interesting. Okay. You might be thinking of somebody else because submarines are relatively newish in World of Warships, and I don't believe he does any submarine stuff. But speaking of other games, I got to meet up with two friends that I met in 22 as well. This is Darth Microtransaction, and this is Layla Fox. Let me double check their stuff. A commercial break is about to start up. So let me shout out Darth, and then I'll shout out Layla Fox in a moment, okay? These guys played the meme game Raid Shadow Legends, right? The game that I played, I did sponsorships for as well. Made a goddamn good amount of money off of that, which is fantastic, right? But more importantly, I really enjoyed playing it, and I got hooked on it for 2 years. I come to TwitchCon 2022, and I met him. He was the nicest of dudes, Plarium actually let me stream from their booth in their game, and that's the first time I ever met Highfire. I was streaming from TwitchCon, which I was geeking out over to no avail. And I look behind me, and there's this random guy waving at me, and I find out later that's Highfire with his dad and his brother. And I thought that was really cool. And Layla, next, over here, was also a fellow Raid streamer. She still streams Raid Shadow Legends, and she is good people. She is good people. Layla Fox Nation? I think it's Layla Fox Nation. Let's see. Yep. Somebody shot her out as well. What was really cool about both of them is that they are... Oh, there we go. They are, content creators for Raid, right? So they do YouTube videos, they stream as well, and they were planning on streaming from the booth. But they were so kind because they allowed me to stream, and Layla wanted to help me set that up, make sure everything was good. They were so friendly. So when I found out they were going to TwitchCon, I'm like, hell yeah. We got to meet. We got to hang out again. You know what I'm saying? That was a lot of fun. That was an absolute lot of fun. I really enjoyed seeing them. We hung out just an hour or something like that. But then, after that, we parted ways and off we went. Hopefully I'll get to see him again. And sometimes you have to be willing to open up your heart, your relationships with other people too. And sometimes you just vibe with somebody. This is Bill. Bill does not stream. Bill does not watch Twitch. Bill has nothing to do with Twitch other than the fact that he's working the convention. What a nice guy. He pulled me aside. He's like, tell me about this captain's hat. What's this all about? And I'm talking to him about warships. I'm talking to him what I do. And he used to work, he used to be in the, dude, you know him too? He was so nice. At the partner breakfast, he's the one, remember, no, you're good. Don't worry, Average. Don't worry. Remember, Bendable Straws, remember he came up to us. He kept coming up to us with the name tags. He's like, hey, write your name on this. He didn't have to do that. He's just helping out. A lot of the guys at the con, as you know, Average, a lot of the guys at the con really didn't care. Like, they're just there punching the ticket, getting their pay, right? He cared, and it showed. And so on the very last day, because I talked to him and I'd walked away and I said, damn it, I should have gotten a picture with him. Because what you do at these cons is you take pictures with the people that matter to you, right? And yes, he was productive with that pen. And so I randomly saw him and I said, hey, I want to get a selfie with you. He's like, okay. That was literally about 10 minutes before I left to go to the hotel to leave. So, yeah, awesome con. Highlight for me. Best convention yet. Best TwitchCon yet. Best is yet to come, I'm sure. But I had a great experience. I'm running low on time. and you guys have been asking for my thoughts on what happened. For those of you guys who don't know the full story, I don't remember her name. You guys know. But a very popular, well-known Twitch streamer was assaulted at a meet and greet. So they had this meet and greet thing, and you go line up to meet with a certain person. You have, I don't know, 5 minutes. I haven't done any meet and greet myself, right? But you can go there and you can take a picture with them, say hi, my name is Block. Can you sign this for me? Just the usual kind of stuff like that. And some guy basically just walked over from God knows where and gave this female a massive hug, and I guess tried to kiss her. I don't know if he groped her or anything. Everybody says that it was a sexual assault. That lineup that you showed, I don't know what you mean by lineup. I don't know, but anyway, so it was really bad. It was really bad. I did show the line, right, when I was doing the live streaming, but I had no idea that even happened. I don't think. I think by that point I had no idea it happened, because I didn't find out about it till like midday on Saturday, I think is when I found out. It happened on Friday. And a lot of people are upset with Twitch. I can understand that. Totally bendable. Anybody else who was there at TwitchCon, if you want to weigh in with your opinion, you're more than welcome to do that. Guys in chat, you guys can weigh in with your opinion too. I'd like to share mine because I've thought about this a lot. I'm really upset, but I'm not upset necessarily with Twitch. I'm more upset with where things are going. And I'm upset basically with how these days nobody's learned boundaries or consequences. And this is far bigger than Twitch. This is upbringing. This is education. We have lost the will to discipline our children. And as a result, as those children grow up, they don't understand right and wrong. And they don't understand how to do things properly anymore. And the result of that is what you're seeing at Twitch, because those people that we typically see around these things. And I'm not just talking about the person that assaulted the Emaru. I mean, that's terrible, right? But also there's a lot of talk about the IRL streamers that were screwing up, messing around with people. I was telling my wife about this. Apparently there were IRL streamers that were going up to women, and chat was rating women 1 to 10. What would you do? That kind of stuff. And, I felt bad. Duckman, if you're still here, when I did the IRL streaming, Duckman, would make a couple comments about a woman, and I would just kind of, shrug it off or whatever. And maybe I should have said something, but the thing is, Duckman understands where it stops. He's an older dude. You can say something because whatever, right? But you don't go past that. And unfortunately, I think that a lot of cases, people were taking it way too fucking far. Sorry for swearing. They were taking it way too freaking far. And I gotta ask you guys this question. I was thinking about this a lot. If somebody is sexually assaulted at O'Hare Airport, is it the airport's fault? Seriously, think about that for a second. Is it the airport's fault? Is it the airline's fault that that person was flying in? The problem that I have is I agree that Twitch should have done something more about it in the moment, right? But when you've got a con, an event where things are going, it's difficult to get everyone's attention. You can't just put out a mass blast and everybody immediately gets it. They don't have some of them had walkie-talkies, right? But you don't have an immediate response to where it's like, oh, this happened, everybody stop what you're doing and converge. They don't have something like that. That's problem one. Problem two is you hired out to a security company that clearly didn't either train their people well enough or didn't tell them what their boundaries were themselves, what they can and can't do. So when you've got an incident like this, do I use force? Do I not use force? And I can tell you from my experience as a teacher, former experience as a teacher, there are people who break up fights that then lose their jobs because they broke up a fight. So That's right. There's also not enough security. I completely agree with you there. I think it was one person guarding the whole thing. That's terrible. And I don't understand how they would even think that that was okay. But, you know, when I really thought about this hard. When I was live streaming, and Duckman, you remember, and Chad, if you guys were with me live stream, you remember I was going through Artist Alley, and I walk up, and there's Amaranth right in front of me. Now, I don't know that she's live streaming. I don't know that I'm on camera, right? And I could have done anything I wanted to. Okay? I'm not going to because again, I learned boundaries, I learned what's right and what's wrong. You know, I'm married. And so what bothers me about everything that happened is nobody is getting at the core issue, which is that these damn kids are just not understanding what they can and can't do. And I think one thing that Twitch could really do to be proactive with this is before the con, maybe even before signing up, you know, I agree to do this. And then before the con, you know, when you've got your Twitch app, you know, I think would be really helpful with the Twitch app. You write down on that, you force people to watch a video, how to act at TwitchCon, what's right, what's wrong, et cetera, et cetera. You know, you put things out there so people understand what works and what doesn't, essentially, right? Don't be a dick, don't be an idiot, don't, you know, whatever. Which I understand sometimes maybe encourages the wrong behavior, but I think it's important that they do that. And I think the other part of the equation that's really important is you have to teach people, if this happens to you, here's what you do. Now, maybe it's a hotline. Maybe it's a button in the app that you can click and get somebody on chat right away. Hey, this just happened to me. I'm over in this part, et cetera, et cetera. You got to find a way to make people who feel uncomfortable have an immediate response taken care of. Now, that will not stop the guy that went up and did the thing with Emru. That probably won't stop. What that will do is that'll help to resolve that situation a lot quicker. And hopefully will help get people the resources, the help that they need when that happens. Because I know she's going through trauma, right? And I haven't followed all that, but you know what I mean. People won't stop no matter how much you explain civilized behavior. That's correct. And that's why I think you need to do both sides of the equation. You need to do both sides of the equation. And then I guess you could say as the third thing, yeah, you got to support the people that are trying to enforce rules, period. What if you look at Twitter right now, and I mean, I look throughout the day, and my wife is standing outside the door, so I know she wants me to stop soon. And honey, I will, but I just want to get this off my chest because, I've been looking at stuff and you know what I saw so many people upset about. I see people upset about security forcing them to take their masks off in public. You know, maybe they're VTubers and stuff like that. Security not letting them in at a certain place, security telling them they can't do this, or they have to go here, and, you know, oh my God, my rights were trampled on. So we see all of this on the one hand, and then security, why didn't you do enough of this on the other hand? You can't have both ways, right? Can't have both ways. If you are going to do this, if you want this, you may have to be willing to accept this, understanding that, hey, they'll try to work around you, but you know, and I know that some, for the VTubers especially, I know that it's hard to put, you know, you don't want to put your face, you don't want to be out there, you don't want to be exposed. And I know that in many cases, they said they tried to work with them and they couldn't make it happen. So that's a huge fail again on Twitch's part in terms of the communications back and forth between security and you know, their goals, especially on Friday, the first day. That always happens at these cons. But, you know, yes, it's Twitch's fault, but I feel like there's a lot more to it than that, and I really feel like they got to get this sorted out. They've got to figure out what ways they can improve it so that people feel comfortable there, and they also have to make it so that people that have problems or are problem childs are dealt with and taken care of. You know, this whole, you know, would you do IRL streaming stuff? Like, all right, I'm just going to be real for a sec. If you're at a convention and you work for Twitch, why aren't you looking at who's streaming right now from TwitchCon and just checking out their content? What are you doing? Right? Right? And if they're doing this whole, 0 out of 10, would you do stuff, or hey, come out with me to a party, and I saw this other clip of whatever. You got these people that are going and just trying to click. Go and ban them for a day. Go and, whatever. You got the power to do that, Twitch. Just do it. Yes, it can be dangerous. And what I operate under, bad jokes, especially at TwitchCon, I operate under the assumption that I am on camera 24/7. And anything I say and do will be done, and that's it. Your stepdad works security, and they're specifically told don't do anything until the person holds a weapon or assaults someone. Only after, because it's the only way to avoid a lawsuit. That's right, Joey. That's exactly the crux of the problem. So I want to close by saying I want to go to TwitchCon next year. I'm planning on going to TwitchCon next year. I did not feel unsafe at TwitchCon this year. What bothered me the most about all of this is because of all the bad actors that were going on. Nearly every female streamer I met had her guard up, and rightfully so. But I felt like I didn't get a chance to really talk to them about things because what's going on in their mind, first and foremost? Is this guy going to try to do something? Is this guy hitting on me? Blah, 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 blah. And you can't have conversations with somebody if they don't feel safe. Safety is number one, right? So that ruins the value of that interaction. So I actually told my wife this. I said, I almost wish you'd come with me next year and go to the con, go to whatever the parties we can, so that I have you next to me and I could say, hi, I'm Lord Zeth. This is my wife. I'm not a threat to you. Can we talk? You know what I mean? Not like, but you understand what I'm getting at. It's terrible that it has to get to that point. It's absolutely terrible. But, I would absolutely feel bad after reading all of these stuff. If anybody felt that way about me and my interaction with them, I would feel horrible for that. One person tweeted out about some guy touched her bare side, for a picture. And I thought to myself, holy shit, did I do that? So I went back and I looked at the picture. I looked at the picture I had with this person. This person, by the way, is really cool. I'll share with you the picture. This might be the last one because the wife is still standing outside, which means she really wants to go to bed. And I'm sorry for dragging this out. And you guys have been very quiet, so I don't know if that means that you're in agreement with me or disagreement with me, or you just don't care. But please feel free to share. I mean, this is an open space, you guys, and I don't want you to feel like you have to shut up about things. So totally, yeah. Right? So, I look, right? I'm having a good time. This is Kaisa, okay? I met her last year. Nice lady, right? Young, skinny, right? And she's, hey, I get it. And I'm thinking to myself, what did I do with my hands? And there's my hand. I looked at that and I'm like, oh, thank God. And I hate that I have to do that. Him, even. Look, my hand's up. Because remember now, too, unless I know everybody's pronouns, I don't know. Is he a him? Is he a her? You can sexually assault people of the same gender, right? You can make people feel uncomfortable of the same gender. So, unless you really know them, you gotta find ways to have those meaningful interactions in a safe environment. And at the end of the day, you are all paying a buttload of money and time and effort to go to something like this. Why would you do something so stupid as to ruin other people's experiences too? I just can't abide by this. It bothers me. And you guys can tell it really bothers me. So if none of the advertised promoters are going to be there, oh, they're there, Hujam, they're there. That's another subject for another time. I don't have time. I'm sorry. I wish I did, Hujam. That's another can of worms. I'm going to say it like this. Companies are there. What they've learned is it's far cheaper and more better quality for interactions to have mixers and stuff and buy out a place for half a day, few hours, whole day even. It's more cost effective to do that than to buy floor space. That's the real reason why the floor looks as empty as it does. But if you look at it, you look at all the interactions at Elgato, Logitech, and all the other big names and stuff, there's swarms of people all over the place. You can't have a meaningful conversation with an individual there. You can't. I mean, I had one with PNY, right? But I mean, it's just, yeah. So, I guys, I have to go. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I made it 3 hours and 40 minutes. I can't believe you all made it this long. Better to just be walking around in plain clothes and meeting people authentically. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all your support. For those of you that jumped into my IRL stream or the Capcom stream, I really enjoyed having you guys there and listening and chatting. For those of you guys who I met at TwitchCon who came and hung out, thank you for doing so, because like I just tweeted it out before this, let's keep the con going. We don't have to stop the con because we have left the con, right? We do stuff online. I'm doing stuff with you all online. Keep the damn con going. Meet people, have good times, build relationships, support each other, be a human. So we'll see. I'm going to find who's on and then raid out to somebody. Okay? So just give me a moment for that. And I'm going to, again, say thank you. And I'm going to go to the stream ending screen so I can find somebody to raid. And if those of you who are listening to me and all that kind of stuff are Twitch streamers yourselves and haven't gone to TwitchCon or thought about it, I would do it at least once. I would absolutely do it at least once. I would do it at least once. Foo-foo. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And thank you guys for listening to me at the end. I do appreciate you guys listening for all that. If you feel like I'm full of stuff, I get it. It's fine. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. But I just had to get it off my chest. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight because it just bothers me coming home from something so great, so powerful, and then seeing people on social media just shitting all over it without providing ideas for improvement, without saying, how can we make this better? How can we fix the problem? To me, that's an issue. Guys, the commercial break's going to run, and then we're going to get the raid out. When you see Foo-Foo, there's a message right there you can copy and paste. For those of you fellow Twitch partners that I met, again, thank you for being here. Foo-Foo is good people. Say hi if you would like, and follow if you'd like as well. She's good people. All right. I'm full of stories from Twitch. I've got so many more, Joey. My next stream will be on Friday, by the way. World of Warships on Friday. That's the plan, at least. But thank you guys. Thank you to our subs. Thanks to our followers. I wish I could spend a little bit more time, but the life's been waiting. I really do need to skedaddle. So it is what it is. But appreciate the hell out of y'all. Appreciate the hell out of y'all. And you all have a great night. And see ya on Friday. Or in my Discord earlier. Peace out. Now, while you're listening to me still, because you maybe are in a different stream like YouTube, Rumble, or Kick, thank you guys for being here as well. And I hope you enjoyed listening to the discussion. And maybe we'll talk more about that on Friday. You have a great night too. Bye-bye.